She's a junkie mama with a heart so cold. Snatched a child away, now her story's told. On a ranch so filthy, tortoises crawl. The twisted pleasures just to see others fall. Gotta watch your back when she's around. She'll tear your world apart without a sound. Living in misery, her soul's been stained on that dirty ranch where tortoises reign. Her veins are rivers flowing with despair, lost in the haze with nobody to care. She feeds on chaos, it's her only high. With every stolen glance she laughs and sighs. Gotta watch your back when she's around. She'll tear your world apart without a sound. Living in misery, her soul's been stained on that dirty ranch where tortoises reign. Neighbors tremble at the mention of her name. In the dead of night they whisper of her shame. But she's the queen of darkness, ruler of the night. In her twisted kingdom she finds her delight. With each passing day her grip grows tight. In her hollow eyes there's no sign of light. Lost in her own hell she roams and roams on that filthy ranch. She calls her home sweet home.
Howdy, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are we doing? How is everybody here? I hope you liked that intro a little more than the intro you didn't like the other day. that was a nice little intro that was put together. There's more where that came from. Right. Yeah, well, Law Lands, Angie, the next intro song we do, it does kind of bring up the sadness of the whole story. The next song that we'll bring up is it deals with just kind of how sad the whole situation is. So stay tuned for that. Okay, well, it's time for a reboot. We've got Maritime Monday out of the way. We've talked more about the Baltimore Bridge deal. Now it's time to dip our toes back in the water of the Hales. What the Hales? There's so many things to do. We've got the federal lawsuit. We've got the Ohio hearings. We've got the contempt hearings. There's so much ground to cover. So much still left to do. I was kind of at a loss for what to talk about, but I decided that the Ohio saga is it's still pretty relevant. It happened a while ago. We're just getting the audio along with apparently some really interesting stage plays by the Hales. I have not watched these hearings. Again, I always like to try to watch them fresh. I cheated on myself for about 5 minutes with Tug, and then I watched the first few minutes of this. The stage plays are very interesting with the cutouts and the figures. So I've read comments about it. I'm curious to see what happens in Ohio. So that's where we're going to start. I've read that some people say, "Oh, good, look, it's finally nice to have a real judge who does things like judge." But I've also read comments saying, "Yeah, well, this judge is just biased, against Lynette and is biased in favor of the Hales." Now, I'm going to go in this the same way I went in with Judge Grudge, looking at it objectively. I've never met this judge. I've never talked to this judge. I know nothing about this judge. And I'm going to call it as I sees it. If I think the judge is being unfair to Lynette or too particularly favorable to Jeremy, I'm going to call him out. I'll call the judge out. I'll call balls and strikes as I sees them. But somehow I'm having just my initial, the spidey senses tingling and telling me that probably not going to be as bad as Judge Hales, if there's even any indication that there might be some favoritism towards the Ohio residents, Jeremy and George. But we'll just see. We'll see what it brings. For those of you keeping score at home, tomorrow, Wednesday, we're going to be looking at the part 2 of the federal lawsuit filed by Virgilio Aguilar Mendez against St. Johns County, Florida, and the law enforcement officers who beat him, choked him, and tased him 6 times as part of an illegal Terry stop, arrest, and search. Thursday, we're going to be doing the second part. We're going to be doing part 2 of our retro trial from 2020, the Hartung case, the alleged witchcraft and ritualistic murder of the defendant's 2 half-brothers and his mother. We watched part 1. There was 100% less witchcraft and ritualistic murder than I expected. Maybe we'll see it on Thursday. I don't know. But that's what we'll hope for. Then Friday, I don't know what I'm going to do on Friday yet. Friday's still too far away to worry about. There's so many things there. All righty, I don't have a like and subscribe poll up yet. We'll bring that up once the hearing gets underway. And people might be wondering why I'm wearing my Maritime Monday hat. It was the only thing I had in reach. I was just on Danny on direct stream for a minute, and I put on the hat that was closest to me, and I was late getting here, so I didn't have time to reach back there and grab that hat. That would also mean I have to change earphones. So we're just going to do the Maritime Monday hat 2 days in a row. It's not like I'm wearing the same underwear 2 days in a row. It's just wearing the same hat 2 days in a row. Okay, is that everything? Did we get all of the... Dang, it usually takes me another 10 minutes to get through all the intro stuff. I'm slipping. I'm running out of BS to sling about at the beginning of the streams. Well, all right then. We've got a little bit of ground to cover today, so why not jump straight into it? Sure. I think we can do that. Can we do that? Anybody else got anything we need to talk about before we jump in and spend the next 2 hours together? Well, the next hour and 50 minutes together. The doggos are right here. They're laying on the floor. So if we unlock Doggo Cam achievement, if we unlock the emotional support potatoes, that cam, then they'll both be here right now. Strawberry's on her chair on the veranda, and Yoda's just kind of fat and under the table. So they're both here. Doggos are here. All righty. Let's talk turtles. Better friend or food? They're friendly food. I think they're friendly food. Uh-oh. This doesn't bode well. Cynthia, retired firefighter 42, says you might want to hold a pillow to your stomach. I don't want you to get a hernia laughing. Great. that sounds awesome. I can't wait to see what plays out there. But let me pull this up here. All right. So I was doing most of this on the fly, so I still got to pull this up. Jeremy. All right. Share screen. And Ohio judge won't tolerate her insanity is the title of this one. All right. Hi, Jeremy. Let me take Jeremy off there. I don't want to look at that here while I'm talking. It makes me uncomfortable. Let's do the super chats we've already got. Then we shall launch forth into the Ohio adventure. Jeremiah Jordan, how you doing? Been a member for 11 months. Thank you so much for the support. That is so appreciated. The Lorax is never early, nor is he late. He arrives precisely when he wants to. Well, it's almost, I mean, I'm usually later than I want to be, but I arrive precisely when I get here. That's the best I can do. Thank you so much for the support. Megan Hunter RRT. Hey, I'm not late this time. I wouldn't know. I was late. Well, no, okay, not as late. Well, yeah. You sent that at 6. I have no idea what time you actually arrived. You sent it at 6 minutes after the hour. But anyway, thank you for the first super chat of the evening, Megan Hunter RRT. We're glad to have you here. And Volpe Fox. Is this the part where we say the intro was great? Well, thank you very much. If you feel that way, that was the perfectly appropriate time to say that. Turtles are a great water source too, says Ozzy Overlord. Thanks, Hayden. Again, that's why the Galapagos turtle, the Galapagos tortoises almost went extinct, was because sailors were stopping in there and just filling their holds and their decks full of walking food. It's like, we're running out of food. Let's just take one of these little wandering like dinners. It's like I guess it was the first food delivery. It's like, oh, here comes the food walking across the deck. Let's just make it into soup. And there you have it. That's why the Galapagos tortoise darn near went extinct. And that is it. That's all I got. Now, I've run out of ways to delay. I'm just glad that we currently have, how many of you here? We've got 430. Wow, we just jumped like 100 instantly. We got 430 of you here, 171 likes. Two of you, more than two of you. Like a lot more than two of you. Half of you, 50% of you haven't done your job. Get down there and smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and let's move on to bigger and better things, because we're approaching another milestone. We are 175, exactly 175 subscribers away from 75,000. So we're on our way to 75K. We're 175 away. So hit that subscribe button if you have subscribed. Double check to make sure you're still subscribed. Hit the like. Once we get underway, I'll put up some sort of ridiculous and meaningless like and subscribe poll. All right, let's launch. Where are we at? Get back to Jeremy here. I want to embiggen myself so all you ladies can see me. Oh, you know what would help? It would help if I turned on the volume. There we go.
Where I got all the audio of the hearing.
Turn that down a little bit. That's loud.
Yeah, you're going to hear the judge going off on her multiple times.
Oh, okay. That gives me something to look forward to.
You lost me at about sentence 7.
Oh, no. All right.
Since it's just audio, we're going to have to...
Oh, good. Okay. I was wondering, because I watched a few minutes of this just to kind of get a feel for it, and I wasn't sure as to the cast of characters. So it's good that he's gonna give us the cast of characters. This is sort of like the beginning of a play that tell you, who the character is and what their relationship to the story is. All right, good.
Reenact. And this will be my lawyer, Pac-Man. Eating up all the ghosts.
Okay.
This is me, Popeye, eating my spinach and saying as little as possible. Wonder Woman there? Yeah, that's the judge. Sit.
Okay. I like how he clarified that. Staying as quiet as possible. I get it's hard to sit there and listen to some of the shit that's slung around by her.
On the throne, the bench, something old LIEnette here knows nothing about, because all she has is a bucket.
All right, is Lynette Preston on the call?
Okay, that is a toilet with teeth and a tongue. That's a little bit disturbing, I've got to admit. What is up with that toilet? It's like, is that like a punishment, or do you have to pay extra to use the one with teeth and tongue? I'm not sure about that. Oh, there's a Dark Souls player. It's a mimic toilet. All right, that's just kind of weird. And it's like Judge Wonder Woman standing on it to keep the lid down.
Lynette Preston, it looks like you are speaking, but I cannot hear your audio. Turn your video on so I can see you, please.
That is so ridiculous. Oh my God.
There's an E. Bailey on the call. Please
What is
turn
going
your video
on?
and your audio on so I can communicate with you. If you do not, I will remove you from this conference.
What you don't know yet, LIEnette gave the Zoom link out to her supporters, her fans, so they could be in on the Zoom meeting as well. E. Bailey. Wonder who that could be.
All right, Ms. Preston, can you hear me?
She just sent out the Zoom link to people. Like, come here and support me. Come onto the actual court Zoom. Okay, this is... I gotta give credit. This is pretty darn creative to do, because frankly, audio only hearings are the absolute most boring hearings you can possibly conceive of. So I think this is actually pretty creative. This is a pretty creative way of keeping an audio hearing entertaining. I'm just entertained by this toilet and oh my God, Lynette's mouth. Wow. Stingy with the $2. Ghostbusters fearsome flushy toy, eBay $9.99. I don't want a fearsome flushy. I'm disturbed by fearsome flushy. Oh, that makes my face hurt already. Oh God. Wait, who's somebody talking bad about F. Lee Bailey here in chat? That's a punishable offense. All right, let's continue. Oh my Lord, that's funny.
Now I can. Okay. E. Bailey. E. Bailey, identify yourself, please, or you'll be removed from this conference. Uh-huh.
So it's one of my witnesses.
I love the dramatic music in the background too. The going on in the background. Oh, so E. Bailey is just dropping in for support on the court Zoom. Oh Lord.
Okay, if she does not identify herself, then I'm going to remove her from the conference. So if you have a way to contact her, you might want to contact her and tell her that.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Moral support. That's all. Sorry, Bailey, you can go.
Okay, I'm going to remove her. Thank you. Do you have somebody else there in the room with you, Miss Preston?
John Cook.
Okay. If Mr. Cook is there, then I need him to identify himself and I need him to be on video and or to leave the room.
Is he lurking outside the window again?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. We are here on two cases, 2023-09-3595, Jeremy Hales versus Lynette Preston. Jeremy Hales.
Wait, now, if he's going to be called as a witness or maybe they're not going to call him as a witness in this case. Yeah. All right. Anyway, I was going to say maybe he should be sequestered, but they're probably not going to call him as a witness in her deal. I know that there's two separate orders, one against him and one against her, but I don't think he's going to. Anyway, let's go.
Is present in the courtroom, correct?
Correct.
You are represented by counsel. Counsel, you may identify yourself.
Attorney Eli Heller on behalf of Mr. Hales.
Thank you. And Lynette Preston is present via video conference, correct?
Yes.
Also present this is case 2023-09-3594, Jeremy Hales versus John Cook. Jeremy Hales is present with counsel. We've already identified. Also present via video conference is John Cook, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Mr. Cook and Ms. Preston, do you understand why you are here?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Are you prepared to go forward with the hearing today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Prior to going forward.
Did you get all of our paperwork that we mailed to you?
I did receive a packet via Federal Express that has been, I received one packet from the Summit County Clerk of Courts. The packet that I received is not identified. I mean, it says Lynette Preston. I don't know if there is another packet. I did not receive any other packet. Can you please remove the child, please? We do not have children in the courtroom. I can.
I'm trying. Just go out.
Do we need to reset this for a time that you can find appropriate childcare?
Okay, judges ticked off right out of the gate. That's school mom there. Okay, do we need to schedule this for another time when you can get some childcare? The judges off to the races. And kudos to Jeremy for keeping up this puppet show here for 44 minutes.
No, ma'am, I have no other one that can much her. She has a medical condition. We have no family here.
Okay, so this court is not going to conduct this hearing.
John is going to take her back beyond this wall.
Okay.
That she's not here. We're in our camp.
Okay.
Our RV where we live.
I will address you each separately then. When I am ready to speak with Mr. Cook, then you can trade places with him. All right, so this is case again 3595. So prior to going forward with the full hearing, the parties can enter into potential agreements, potential settlements. The first way that we can try and resolve this case is, Ms. Preston, you could agree to enter into a civil stalking protection order. If you so agree, then the court could enter into that protection order. If that protection order is issued and agreed to, then if there are any violations of that protection order, then you could potentially be charged with the crime. I will be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Lynette's not going to agree to voluntarily have the order placed against her.
You, and I do not know the answer to this. Since you are located in the state of Florida, if there was a violation of this that occurred within the state of Florida, I do not know how that would be charged. Certainly that is not a problem that I would deal with. That is something that would be dealt with by the appropriate authorities. But you have the, just hold on. No, let me talk.
Good Lord.
When it's your turn to talk, and when it's Mr. Heller's turn to talk, or when it's Mr. Hale's turn to talk, then I will address you each appropriately. Otherwise.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, she's not taking any crap from Lynette. That is very clear from the beginning. That's clear right out of the gate. I wonder how Lynette's taking that, or how she took it at the time. Because this was back in January, correct? I can't remember the date off the top of my head. I think it was the end of January-ish. But yeah, she's getting a little taste of her own medicine here. The judge is cutting her off and telling her to shut the hell up, not letting her ramble on and on and on like Judge Grudge does. That's good.
Otherwise, we're just going to be going round and round. So we take turns. My turn now. So you can choose not to go forward with the hearing today. You can agree to enter into a civil stalking protection order. Do you want to do that, or do you want to go forward with the hearing?
I want to go forward with
Surprise.
Okay. That's all I need to hear.
Because
all right,
I'm
the
innocent.
second type of agreement that the parties can enter into, the parties can enter into a voluntary agreement. If the parties enter into that voluntary agreement, there would not be a civil stalking protection order in place. The parties would agree by civil order, by contract, that they would agree not to have any contact with each other.
All right. And speaking of people not having contact with each other, it's Ozzy Overlord.
Smart ass.
I don't know. That's the best segue I could do. Ozzy Overlord joining us from 2 hours in my future. He's already into April 3rd where he is at. So, but not for long.
Yeah. No, this is true. I mean, like I said, I am awake because daylight savings ends next Sunday, and I need to build up a tolerance to nighttime streaming again. So.
well, good. Ozzy Overlord is joining us here because, frankly, he's just entertaining me. So he'll be here. We'll have our little witty banter as time goes on. We'll see how the judge treats things, and everybody needs to. Oh, there's Ozzy cracking open a can of Foster's. We can hear him do that in the background.
Oh, screw you! I can't turn the camera on because I'm messing around in Streamlabs. It's a Coke. I need caffeine.
Sure, it's a Coke. All right.
No,
not the 12 cans of Foster's you bought.
Those cans were damn expensive for what they were, and I'm saving them for the drinking streams per month.
Okay. But anyway, if while you're just hanging out here, and I'm putting together a like and subscribe poll for today. While you're hanging out here watching the shenanigans go down, make sure you pop on over to Ozzy Overlord and give him a good subscribe. He deserves your subscription because he's Ozzy Overlord.
At least pop over and watch one of the shows or a stream and give it a chance. It's better if you actually enjoy the content when you subscribe, as I'm sort of finding out. So it's better to have people not just like drive by subscribe.
I'm all about the numbers, baby. Let's speaking of babes, let's see what's up with Lynette.
If there is a violation of that civil agreement, then the party who feels that agreement has been violated could ask the court to hold the other party in contempt. Counsel, would you like to discuss that further? Would your client be willing to enter into that sort of agreement?
We're just ready to go forward.
Fine. So I'm not even going to ask you, ma'am, if you would be interested in going forward with that sort of agreement because both parties would have to agree. So we are going to go forward with the hearing. With that being said, hold on. Ms. Preston, can you see counsel and Mr. Hales in the courtroom?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me.
I'm laughing more than I should.
I
She
just-
keeps leaving her mouth open.
That is so ridiculous. I love it.
I know why. Give me a minute. I need to fix a technology problem, and then our audio will work better.
Okay.
That is my fault. So give me a second.
You heard her being asked, do you want to move forward with this hearing? And LIEnette says, yes, absolutely. Except when she gets into Florida, she goes, and he had an option to not go forward with the hearing. And he said, no. Either option, regardless. The first option was she just gets the civil protection order on her. The second option is there's a verbal contract. If she breaks it, she could still be held in contempt of court, but she's broken it so many times. Remember, it was her first that said, I am ready. I want to go forward with a hearing.
All right. Ms. Preston, can you hear me?
Thank you, Born Sinner.
Yes.
Excellent. Can you see Attorney Heller as well as
Just
Mr.
very
Hales
supportive.
sitting at council table?
Yes, I can.
Okay. If at any time during these proceedings you cannot hear or you have trouble hearing the audio, then I need you to identify that for me. If you do not, then I will assume that you can see and hear everything that is going on in the courtroom. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This is how we're going to go. Attorney Heller is going to present his case. At the conclusion of his questioning of a particular witness, I'll give you the opportunity to cross-examine. Prior to me giving you that opportunity to cross-examine that witness, I do not want you to say anything. I do not want you to disagree because you'll be given an opportunity to cross-examine when it is the appropriate time. At the conclusion of plaintiff's case, I will then give you the opportunity to present your testimony and evidence. And after you present your testimony and evidence, then Mr. Heller can cross-examine you. And if you call any witnesses, you can present their testimony and evidence, and then Mr. Heller can cross-examine those witnesses. So that's how we're going to proceed with this hearing. Do we all understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Well, that's fairly straightforward and pretty darn professional of her, I would say.
And ironically, how 9 out of 10 hearings are supposed to go.
Yeah, there is that fact. That's kind of how it's supposed to be. That is a consideration as well. Stingy with the $2. Ghostbusters, Fearsome Flushies. Okay, we already did that one. And also, you've identified. You've also identified LIEnette and her dislocated jaw as Ghostbusters Granny Gross Ghost toy on eBay for $85. Well, I'm sure this hearing is going to drive up the price even further. Oh my gosh. This is such a good idea. All righty. Well, I did get the like and subscribe poll set up today. So there's 653 of you here, 325 likes. That's literally exactly half of you haven't done your job. Get down there. And for the next 30 seconds while I'm talking about this, get down there and smash that like button, hit the subscribe button. Go on over to Aussie Overlord. Make sure you hit his subscribe button to flip his buttons. He loves it when you play with the buttons. And take our like and subscribe poll. What do we think about the Ohio judge? She's biased against LIEnette. She's biased in favor of Jeremy. She's neutral as can be. And again, biased against LIEnette and in favor of Jeremy are two completely different things. She's neutral as can be. And the final choice I just threw in there is General Patton would be afraid. So let's see how we'll check back in an hour or so and see what you've all voted for in the daily meaningless, childish, often childish, and always meaningless like and subscribe poll. Speaking of polls, let's get back to LIEnette. Hey, see what I did there? She was like a stripper. She was like a pole dancer and stuff. All right.
Do not make me pull out the sound effects. Just play the damn video.
Yeah, we don't want sound effects. All right.
Okay. Mr. Heller, are you calling Mr. Hale first?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir, if you'll raise your right hand, please, I'll swear you in. Do you swear or affirm to testify truthfully in this matter under penalty of law?
I do.
I do.
You may examine.
All right, Jeremy, can you state your name for the record and spell your last name?
Jeremy Hales, Hales.
And Jeremy, this is a case involving Florida and Ohio. Do you live in the state of Ohio?
I do.
And do you spend some time in Florida as well?
I do. I spend 6 months in Florida.
Mr. Heller, do me a favor. Take that microphone and just make sure that it's in front of you, because I want to make sure, A, that we're getting a good record, and B, that Ms. Preston can hear you clearly.
You want to get a good record, get the Rolling Stones goat heads.
Jeremy, in addition to that,
All the AC/DC greatest hits.
You so you live both in Ohio and Florida, and are you registered to vote?
I am registered to vote.
And you vote where?
I vote in both Ohio and Florida, which is why I had confusion the last question last time we were in the courtroom. I have legal rights to actually vote locally in my local government in Florida, but my primary election, I vote in Ohio.
Yeah, don't vote for president.
Jeremy, so we're here because you're seeking a protection order from Lynette Preston. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
How did you first meet Lynette?
I received an email from her stating that she was a fan and that she purchased property across the street from my property.
And is this in Florida?
Florida, Otter Creek, Florida, yes.
Okay, and what was the first interaction you had beyond that email?
First interaction is she stated that there was a tree down on her property and asked me if I would bring my tractor over to remove the tree. Later on, I found out she didn't even own the property yet. I was trespassing on the property.
Oh, lovely.
And after that point with Miss Preston, did the relationship continue to sour?
Yes.
How so?
So Miss Preston relies heavily on soliciting donations, and one of the things that I do as a living is give towards the things that I'm passionate about in my life. And I have not given towards Miss Preston or others within her sphere of influence, and that is taking a negative impact in regards to my life, and it has just spiraled out of control in regards to that because I refuse to give towards things I do not believe in and I will not support.
Okay. And Miss Preston runs some sort of charitable organization, is that correct?
Some sort of charitable organization.
That's a charitable.
I think that is up for debate. But she claims to run a tortoise and turtle rescue called It's a Shell Thing. And one of the things that I typically would say in my videos is I love turtles. And so I believe she utilized that to try and gain funding from me.
And so kind of with this, did you notice after you decided not to support her charity, what sort of strange things did you notice popping up around your house?
Well, for example, signs were posted all over Otter Creek calling me an Ohioist with my name, Jeremy Hales, with confirmation of whose handwriting it is by her own family members. There were public posts all over the internet, Facebook, specific.
What was that? Does that is that mean is he showing his lawyer's jaw dropped there?
There were public posts all over the internet, Facebook, specific Facebook pages and groups were created in regards to hate and to incite
to make
violence and hate against myself and my significant others. And
let's break it up a little bit. So you said that signs were posted around your neighborhood. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I'm now showing you what I've marked as Plaintiff's Exhibit A. Do you recognize this?
I do. I have the original right next to me.
And is this a photograph of signs that you've seen in your neighborhood?
Yes, sir.
So certainly, Mr. Heller, I appreciate what you are doing. I can't see it, and clearly Ms. Preston cannot see it. Nope, you're going to use the technology.
Okay, I'm using the other.
Okay, she's taking it to Jeremy's lawyer there. So
this is a no nonsense judge. I'm liking this.
Well, see that goes against it because I read a lot of stuff online how she's just as bad as the other judge because she's so pro Jeremy and so anti Lynette. So she's no better than the judge in Florida. Well, she just said, no, dude, you're going to be using the technology. So she's taking it to Jeremy's counsel. He's getting it in Ohio and Florida. Looks like she's just not taking shit from anybody. Wow. All right. But Adara the Wholesome with the $2. Thank you so much, Jeff. Name my office axolotl. Latino boy name, please. Wow. You're gonna name your office axolotl a Latino boy's name. Okay. The first three things that came to my head were obviously Jesus. Need to name him Jesus. Or the second one that came to my mind was like, you said vote for him, so it's like vote for Pedro. But he'd be like Pedro, but
Pedro.
So like Jesus, Pedro, or Rico Suave. I like Rico Suave. Name him Rico Suave. There you go. That's my vote.
I couldn't go Latino, so the first thing that's popped into my head was Whooper, Slimothy. What was mine called? Mr. Personality? I had one when I was a kid.
I raised newts. We had
Really?
Yeah, we had Olivia Newt and her mate was John. We had Olivia Newt and John. We had Wayne Newt.
Don Quixote's cute.
God, who else did we have? Sir Isaac Newt. We had Sir Isaac Newt. God, there was a few more, but I can't remember. Anyway, so that's my vote. Adara the Wholesome. I think she'd call him Rico Suave. That sounds like a very axolotl name. There you go. That's the best I got. All right, let's speaking of Hispanics, that's what Lynette says she is. She's black, she's Hispanic, she's got all the races. So let's here we go. They're native to Mexico City. He's a proud citizen. I'll go with Rico Suave. All right.
Yes.
Thank you for the
Would you
additional
like the actual sign?
Appreciate it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, Mad Maxolotl. That's pretty good. Not really Hispanic, but that'll do in a pinch.
I'm Aussie. What else was I going to go with?
I like that. Oh my God, the kid's still there.
Yep.
Oh Lord, the judge isn't gonna like that.
No doubt you can hear a child in the back.
Yeah, a little bit.
What
No shit.
horrific parent lets any child hear this, see this, be a part of this? There are disgusting things that have already been mentioned, such as the signs and what was on the signs. And you're going to see this judge isn't going to tolerate it much longer.
Well, yeah,
For sake of time, I'll go with testimony and then I'll submit exhibits at the end.
All right, ma'am, we are resuming. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, before we resume, can Miss Preston pan in the room to make sure that she's alone in the room?
Certainly, yes. Ms. Preston, who is in the room with you?
Nobody. Don Cook was standing there. There's nobody, and I don't want to give the rest of my paper to Mr. Hales.
I didn't understand the thing she just said, but I heard her say nobody. This is like, for those of you in America, we've got the Family Circus cartoons. It's got like all the wreckage throughout the house with like the little dotted trail. And it's like, who did this? And the little boy's like, not me. And then there's a little ghost called Not Me running around the house, knocking things over. So there's like nobody. There's a ghost called Nobody we're hearing here. Distracted C says, I'm just joining. What's with the figures? The figurines are there because this is an audio only hearing. And if we just look at the audio, you're just kind of staring at a blank screen. So thankfully the Jeremy Hales, he did us the favor of putting on a little stage play for us. So this is to keep us entertained during an audio only hearing.
We totally should have done this during the herd sidebars.
Oh yeah, that would have been great. That would have been really great. Oh dear. All right, let's get back to this here. To the children that are not there, and John, who allegedly left about 5 minutes ago.
For my protection.
Looks like she's got a giant. Never mind.
The point is, you cannot have anybody else in the room with you. You can't have anybody that's giving you information or answers. So that's why we were.
There isn't. There's nobody.
Thank you.
Okay. So, Mr. Hales, the signs that were put up said things like Jeremy Hales needs to go, no child raised in Levy County. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And by looking at the handwriting on that sign, you also notice that it looks familiar to what other handwriting that you saw regularly?
Miss Preston has handwriting out in the front of her property with her address and donation box and package box, and it matches the handwriting.
Okay. And so
Need a picture of it.
Ms. Preston, did you say something?
Oh, no.
Yes, you did. What do you mean you didn't say something? I don't know what you said, but you said something. And I wish Jeremy would please close her mouth. I find that really disturbing.
That's not her mouth.
Well, it is, but it's not. All right, let's hear what she didn't say.
You say something?
Oh, hang on. We got to go back.
Oh, no.
Ms. Preston, did you?
Donation box and package box, and it matches the handwriting.
okay. And so
Need a picture of it.
Give me a picture of it, is what she
Ms.
said.
Preston, did you say something?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
Keeping in mind,
Sorry.
I need you to not have any conversations outside of what we're doing in court. Give me 1 second. Probably nothing. We're going to continue with our questioning.
okay.
You proceed, Mr. Heller.
And in addition to posting these signs around where you live in Otter Creek, there have been other instances where Miss Preston has exposed your personal information. Is that correct?
God.
That is correct. Ms.
I thought you
Preston has
exposed
exposed
yourself.
my
I was like,
phone
oh my
number and my personal address.
And as
Doxed him.
what you do
Please
is you
don't
create
use Lynette and
online
exposed in the same
content,
sentence.
is that correct?
Just don't.
Yes, sir. That is one of my many
And
businesses.
you have multiple people who subscribe to your online content. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I have over 250 million views.
So when
Way to
your
flex.
personal information is
I've
exposed,
got 4 million.
what does that make you feel in terms
Yes,
of your
Rudy's
safety?
both.
Extremely unsafe. Safety is our highest priority, to the point of we at times we hire potential private security bodyguards, depending on where we're at, where we're going, and our safety is always a concern.
And in addition to posting your private information there, Ms. Preston has gone out of her way to contact other places or contact people here in Blue Valley. Is that fair?
Ms. Preston has taken this all the way to the mayor's office in Ohio, where I reside, and I talked to the clerk who she was on the phone with as well.
And was that email given to you
Yes, it was.
by the mayor?
All right. Yes, you can.
Mark it for testimonial purposes is Exhibit B right now, just saying for that. With regards to this email again was how do you characterize it?
I characterize it as hateful, spiteful, vengeful, to incite harm, to remove me from the town, to uprise the town against me.
And there are you talked about online hate groups. Is one of such, what are the names of some of these online forums where people?
Otter Creek Friends and Family, Otter Creek Friends and Neighbors, Heart of Otter Creek is another one. Jeremy Hales against Jeremy Hales. John Cook has multiple ones. Lynette Preston has multiple ones where they are moderators, and there's many, but most of them either have the names Otter Creek in them or Jeremy Hales in them.
And there's a large focus of these. You said Ms. Preston's an administrator. How do you know that?
Well, by her own testimony, and you can go on to the pages and see who the administrator, creator, and moderators are.
And after this behavior of posting your phone number, was that posted recently?
It's been posted even as of the last time we were in here for the ex parte. I believe that was on the 24th, or it was I believe it was the 24th. I may be off on a day, but even as of that morning, Ms. Preston posted that she had just contacted the Summit County clerk and in Peninsula where Jeremy lives, and it goes on and on, even as the day as we were here for the ex parte hearing.
And
wow, I'm surprised. She's actually very quiet. We're like halfway through this, and she's been mostly a good girl through this. She's either like bored, distracted, or afraid of the judge. She's being quiet. MG Law says we don't want LIEnette to be exposed. We might see her tramp stamp that says "wanna shuck." Oh man.
Oh.
Can you imagine?
I'm sure she hits the ketchup hard.
Hey, Dina with the $10, enjoying you from Seoul. What's up, Dina, girl up north? Cool. Thank you so much for donating 2 venti coffees to me. Thank you very much. That will keep me encoffinated tomorrow. Thank you so very much, Dina. I hear it's raining up in Seoul. I hope we're having beautiful weather down here in Busan. What a gorgeous spring day it was. Adara the Wholesome, thank you so much. Proof in your Twitter X DMs. Behold my son Rico. Okay, we'll check out Rico. We'll check out Rico Suave in a minute. Let's get on with LIEnette. She's being very well behaved. I'm actually surprised.
And in addition to posting your address and phone number again after the ex parte hearing, has she continued to make posts about you since being served with the protection order?
Yes, she's made posts of dodging the actual overnight express package from the magistrate, and then she's made posts of receiving from the process server. She's made posts of that. She's made
okay.
What the fuck?
The axolotl is a toy axolotl, not a real live one. Okay. Oh. I thought it was a real, but that's cute. He's a little white one with pink fringe. I like that. Cool. I got to name a toy axolotl. I'm awesome. All right, let's get back to whatever the hell just happened here.
Straight. And then she's made posts of receiving from the process server. She's made posts of that. She's made posts that the ex parte means nothing in Florida whatsoever.
That's not a good post to make. That's
nope.
That's not very smart to tell the judge you're actually in front of right now that her rulings don't mean shit.
Mm-hmm. You ain't gonna take kindly to that.
Oops. Wow. Yeah. Don't do that. That is not legal advice. That's just like common sense advice. Don't do that.
She's made posts that she's talked to Levy County Sheriff. It means nothing. That it doesn't stop. It's nonstop.
So your goal in getting this protection order is what?
First of all, safety for myself, for my loved ones, my family, my employees, safety for the residents of the town, and security in my life again.
And again, along with posting your actual house online, did part of that include posting the value of your house here in Ohio?
Value of my house, I take.
That was definitely not a child we just heard scream, was it? That would definitely not be a child in the room, because that would be wrong, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Huh. All right, that's what I thought. I thought I may have mistakenly not heard a child that's definitely not there.
As an insight of thievery.
And so especially when you travel to and from 2 different places, do you feel that this makes you a target, having your values and your assets posted publicly?
Knowing that I will not be at my home in Ohio for 6 months, I will be in Florida, completely and totally puts a safety and security issue and a breach of that. Or publicly posting my address and my number and my values online. Yes.
It's a fair enough consideration.
So
your house is empty for 6 months. Anybody can come in and.
What has this done to your mental health?
Especially now with all these squatting cases and stuff that's going on. People can just come and hang out in your house for a few days, and suddenly you can't evict them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a very good point. That seems like a valid concern if you're not in your house 6 months of the year and someone's saying, hey, here he is, and he's not in the house.
It's put a complete and total strain on me personally, on my personal health, to the point of even a strain in my relationship with my significant other. My significant other is in counseling now as well due to all of this. My employees are in fear. My employee in Florida, Deanna West, she has to record every single time she drives by their place because other individuals have stated they've been shooting at random vehicles. So my employee's mental distress is lacking as well, based on all these situations, all these postings. It's put us in a position where we have to try and figure out how to spend more money to protect ourselves, protect our employees, because we were stalked to Florida, and we've learned from this situation, been posted online as well. Now we've got to figure out another game plan. We have to figure out more game plans, and what do we do to protect ourselves in Otter Creek? What do we do to protect our employees? What do we do to protect my children? Even my ex-wife, she's brought my ex-wife into this. What do I do to protect my ex-wife?
Let me slow you down real quick, Jeremy.
Yes, sir.
How has the
Never.
ex-wife into this?
Hold on, Miss Preston.
Ooh.
I've already talked to you about this.
I'm
Please,
sorry, it slipped.
Oh my God, she's interrupting the judge when the judge is admonishing her for interrupting.
Oh.
She just doesn't get it, does she?
Uh-uh.
Oh my God, the judge is literally yelling at her for interrupting, and she interrupts the judge. Wow. Oh my. Wow. She's not very smart, in case you hadn't noticed.
please limit. Please do not speak until it is your turn to ask questions. Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Ask your next question, please, Mr. Heller. Let's stay on track.
How has Miss Preston brought your ex-wife into this?
Lynette Preston has posted the information, particularly Facebook pages of my ex-wife, inviting others to reach out to my ex-wife, my oldest daughter, her Facebook page, and personal information as well.
So you believe the constant sharing of your information, posting incendiary signs, calling you a rapist, and continuing to reach out to people like the mayor has put you in jeopardy?
Sir, she has posted that I have made videos telling people to murder her.
Oh.
This is out of control. I am in complete and total jeopardy. My safety, my loved ones, my employees, my family members. It's out of control.
Are you asking?
Hold on, and let me be clear here. There is only 2 people that are listed as protected parties. That is yourself, Mr. Hales, and Ms. Court cannot protect all of these other people. So let's limit your testimony to yourself and any other protected parties, which is. Okay. Thank you.
So for these reasons, you're asking the court for a protection order,
Yes, sir.
and you're asking for 5 years, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, barring the opportunity to submit some exhibits with the technology, I would rest for now and allow cross-examination, and then just ask to be heard on exhibits at the end, or how would you like to do this as a matter of technicalities?
Okay. What are the exhibits?
Your Honor, I have Exhibit A, which is a photo of the sign with some handwriting. I have Exhibit B, which is the email to the mayor of Peninsula. I also have Exhibit C, which is additional postings since the protection order has been filed. Those are the main exhibits that I would file against Ms. Preston.
Okay, let me see what you have.
Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to mark it very quickly. Will you hand me the color version?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Preston, look at your computer monitor, please.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going
Trying to
show-
find,
I'm going to show you to the best of my ability. This is Exhibit A. Do you see Exhibit A?
yes,
Okay,
Yes.
I'm
Why-
going to show you Exhibit B.
Why is she just shouty all the time? Even when she's like agreeing with the court, she's just shouty.
Because she's not getting her own way, and she's getting defensive about it.
That's true. Kathy Shepard with the Australian $5. Really enjoying the stream. I have to give credit to Jeremy Hales for not losing his control on Lynette. I couldn't do it. G'day from Sydney, Australia. Well, hello, Sydney. Good to see you. Well, from you want to say anything to your fellow countrywoman there, Hayden?
Oh, really? G'day, Kathy. Hope you're having a good day. Don't know why you're as awake as I am, but enjoy.
She's probably here because of you.
Oh, I highly doubt that.
Well, she should be. And me too. All right. Proof right there. The judge is being fair to both sides. She seems to be pretty fair as far as I'm concerned. She's got after Jeremy and his lawyer a couple times. She's got after Lynette several times for good reasons, both cases. So
I'm not even sure if it's necessarily that she's being fair. It's that she's very by the book. She's being a stickler for some rules that ordinarily, I mean, certain judges wouldn't necessarily enforce either. So it's definitely her courtroom, and she doesn't take crap from either party. It's refreshing to see this.
Yeah, I have to agree. It's good to see a judge being a judge. Like we've been saying before, the other judge in Florida, Judge Grudge, he likes to talk. I say he doesn't hold hearings, he holds talkings. And she's definitely holding hearings.
Yeah.
Exhibit B is an email.
I can't see it.
The email is dated August 22nd, 2023. It says it's from Lynette Preston to Nancy Holdsworth, admin at villageohio.gov.
I did write an email. Yep, certainly did.
I certainly did.
Exhibit C appears to be a collection of posts. The posts have not been specifically identified by Mr. Hale, so I am not going to go through them and specifically identify anything. But those are Exhibit C. If council wants to question further or identify those specifically, then I would expect council to do so and authenticate any of those posts.
Understood, Your Honor.
Okay.
I am going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit C for purposes of verification. Do you recognize this?
Yes, I do.
What is this?
This is post by Lynette Preston on her Facebook page, Otter Creek Friends and Neighbors, which is truly just a hate Jeremy Hales page.
And are these screenshots of these messages true and accurate screenshots from these posts?
Absolutely.
So I'm going to bring your attention to page 1, the very first message here. And this says in this message, it's from Lynette Michelle Preston, administrator. Is that correct?
She must have like a bird or something there, because that would definitely not be a child we're hearing going every now and then. It's got to be a bird, because if it was a child, she would be going against the judge's orders, and she would never ever do that.
Oh, I just assumed it was a pissed off tortoise.
Wouldn't that be weird if tortoises tortoises make noises, I guess. Huh.
You know, now I'm going to have to Google that, don't you?
Yeah, I believe I've heard a tortoise noise once.
Tortoise.
I know they don't sound like that unless you like squeeze them really hard, or they're like those little frogs, like you know.
Well, if you squeeze them hard, they just go. But
yeah. All right.
Correct?
Yes.
And you notice that in the top right corner or top left corner of the document?
Yes.
And in this first post here, she makes specific mention to the temporary protection order. Is that correct?
Yes, she does.
What does she say about the protection order?
She says, I want to clarify something for everyone. The order is temporary that he got on us, and it was fraudulent.
Okay. And so why don't you read about 2 more sentences, please?
We did not make any signs. We haven't done anything that he claims. We do not have to run into our house as he drives by our house. Are you freaking kidding me?
And do you believe that this message was posted in a public forum after the issuing of the protection order?
Yes.
And specifically making mention to the signs? Was that a complaint as part of your complaint for the protection order?
Yes.
And in fact, the temporary order here is this protection order we're here for now.
Yes.
All right.
So after asking for this protection order, Ms. Preston continues to post about this. Is this correct?
Yes.
I'm going to bring your attention to page 3 of Exhibit C here in the middle of the page.
So do lambs.
Do
you hear the screaming of the lambs,
Clarice? Made by Ms. Preston. Is that correct?
Yes.
And what are those posts about? Are they about the politics of Otter Creek, or are they about you?
They are about me.
Okay. And so in this situation here, she continues to post about you. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So based on these continued posts on you since even asking for a protection order, dealing with online posting and stalking, has that behavior stopped?
After a cease and desist, it hasn't stopped. After an ex parte civil protection order, it hasn't stopped. Everything increases.
So in fact, that you also tried to seek out a cease and desist to stop this behavior as well.
Yes.
And at that point, nothing has worked.
Nothing.
And you said after asking and trying to get the behavior to stop, it actually gets worse?
Yes.
Nothing further this time.
All right.
Oh, dear God.
This is your opportunity.
Yes. Oh, wait a minute. That was all. I think we just heard another not child. Oh, dear. See, this is the part I was worried about. Lynette cross-examining herself. I'm sorry, Lynette cross-examining Jeremy. That's the thing I'm worried about.
Oh, it'll be fun.
Yeah, just gotta muster up the courage. Take a little bit of a breather here to look at this. Janice Wingfield, thank you so much for giving me a $10 super chat. LIEnette is a perpetual victim. She thrives on chaos, spews nothing but lies, and is a very toxic person. She's not a nice person. Oh, wait, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for someone to say that. All right, now I am.
You are not a nice person.
She's a very toxic person. She finally pissed off the one person with the means to fight back and take her to court. Dun, dun, dun. And that's why we're here talking about this. I'm curious to see how this hearing. Well, I know how the hearing turns out because they got the protective order, but I'm curious to see how it plays out. How much nonsensicalness we've got going on here. And really quickly before we dive back into this, MG Law says, remember when Judge DeDumbass and Lynette didn't even know what cross-examination was for the Ohio hearing? Debunked. She has questions ready to go. Oh yeah, that was the Judge Grudge DeThomasis. He's like, I don't even think she knows what cross-examination is. And he said, I don't. But this was before that hearing. So as MG Law says, debunked. Bernice Conklin, who's been a member for 9 months. Hi, Jeff. Hope all is well. You are so appreciated. Oh, well, that's very nice of you. Thank you so much. There's at least one person out there that appreciates me. I appreciate you appreciating me. Thank you. It's a mutual appreciation society, and you're all invited.
That just sounds like one massive circle jerk that I will not be part of.
Bernice is a woman. Anyway, let's go. I appreciate that you won't be part of that. All right. Let's continue.
To ask any question.
You're the not child.
Ms. Preston, this is your opportunity.
Yep,
to
definitely
ask
a bird.
any questions of Mr. Hales on cross-examination. Let me be clear. This is not your opportunity to give your side. You will be given that opportunity, but this is your opportunity to ask Mr. Hales.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to go out on a limb here and predict that she does in fact give her side of this, or attempts to give her side of the story, more than once. That's going to be my guess. I'm thinking she's not going to play by the rules.
Any questions you have on cross-examination? Do you have any questions for Mr. Hales?
Yes.
Proceed.
Mr. Hales, did you see me personally post those signs anywhere in town?
No.
So then you cannot say that that is my sign that I did against you.
I have stated here today that it is a sign that you created.
Okay.
Okay. She's just like, okay. What? Oh, this is why you have a lawyer, people.
Yes, or at the very least, watch videos that people put out, because this actually plays nicely into a video that I have coming out in the next couple of days about how you represent yourself and the standards of proof that are supposed to apply in civil cases. She clearly does not realize that if it is more likely that she did it, it doesn't matter if you can say, yes, I definitively saw you, because I can prove it in other manners. Holy crap.
Yeah, and if she can afford a Jeep Gladiator, a camper, and an RV, she can afford a lawyer. If not, sell your Gladiator for 80 grand and buy a lawyer. Wow. Okay. All right. Thanks for answering my question.
That it is a sign that you created.
Okay.
Okay.
My next question for you is, did you or did you not stand up in a town meeting in Otter Creek twice and tell everyone in the room that they needed to have me out of town, that I was dangerous and that I was going to kill them?
Objection.
No, I did not do that.
Oh. It's on. So there is no video of that.
I hear another
hearing.
voice in the room there.
Wait.
Thank you, John.
Wow. John, who is no longer in the room, who is outside with the child, dun dun dun, appears to actually be in the room with the child. Woohoo!
I was going to say, don't be facetious. That was not John. That was the child telling her what to say.
Oh yeah, could have been it.
Gotcha, bitch.
Wow. John didn't even try to hide his presence in the room. So we got it on video.
Mm-hmm.
I hope the judge loses her shit right now. I'm sorry. I swear I'm swearing too much today. Loses her excrement. Well, that's kind of weird too. But anyway.
Killed them.
No, I did not do that.
Oh. It's on. So there is no video of that
I hear another
hearing.
voice in the room there.
Oh no.
Your Honor, I'm going to ask for a contempt. She just waved off what I believe is Mr. Cook.
Ms. Preston, is there somebody else in the room?
He's talking to the baby, and I
What?
can't. He's
He's telling the baby there's video.
Even if he's telling the baby that it's on video, he's not supposed to be in the room.
What you talking about, Willis?
Oh my god.
Wow. Wow. That was okay. It was bad that she got caught lying. Okay, that's bad. That's bad to be caught lying.
Mm-hmm.
But then to say that he was answering the judge's question but speaking to the baby. Wow. That took me by surprise there. I'm talking to the baby. Okay. Right. There we go. I'm all right.
in the other room speaking to the child.
He was not in the room. He had that microphone up his backside. He was so close to it. That was not in the other room.
It's just a very good directional mic that picked up his voice from the next room. Don't be stupid.
Maybe the acoustics in the shed really do suck. I don't know.
Just telling
What
you
a lie!
Ask her if she wants me to take her out.
Yeah, take her outside. He's taking her outside.
Was that the judge that just went?
Sounds like it.
I hope that wasn't the judge. That's not a good sign when your judge just goes. It's a bad sign.
Yeah, it could be a little problematic.
He's taking her outside.
Come on. Come on. Who's that?
The motion for contempt is denied. Proceed, but I will tell you.
Oh, Your Honor.
Come on.
Come on.
Fine her $500. That'd be funny. All right.
Don't
Maybe
do that because she can't afford to be fined $500. Then a turtle's going to get it. Okay.
Adara the holes from the $2. Judge, that's not my child. That's my legal counsel. Probably do a better job. The be diapered 4-year-old would probably do better.
I've got to know better than to drink when you read out chats.
Oh wow! All right, let's Let's find out what happens, because the judge seems to be losing her temper.
You that the motion for contempt is denied. Proceed, but I will tell you that I am at the very edge of saying that we are going to continue this hearing so that there is a complete separation of your hearing and the hearing for Mr. Cook. So proceed with your questioning. If I hear another voice, then I'm stopping this.
Okay. Do you know if the page Otter Creek Friends and Neighbors, you said that that page that I have is public? Do you know that? Can you prove that my page is public?
I'm not sure I understand your question.
I don't either.
You testified that I am posting these things against you on a public page called Otter Creek Friends and Neighbors that happens to be a private page, not a public, but you testified it was. What proof do you have that my page is public?
I can testify that Facebook is on the internet. Anything posted on the internet is a public posting. It does not go away.
Not necessarily true, but still, all he's got to prove is that anything she said was published to a third party. It doesn't matter if it's public or private. Oh my god,
that's funny. And that's probably the look on her face right there too. That's probably the actual expression on her face. Wow.
That wasn't my question, but
it was.
So you testified that you did not stand up in any meetings and ridicule me, belittle me, humiliate me, call me names, say that I was shooting gunshots off on my property.
I think this is where she's giving her side of the story.
Yeah.
I'm expecting a judicial meltdown in like 3, 2, 1.
I'm surprised that Jeremy's lawyer hasn't objected so far. None of this is relevant to cross.
Why would you object, though?
To give the judge an opener so that she's not sitting there boiling her top. Sometimes you just got to read the room.
I would just let her go until the judge blows up at her. That's funny. All right, let's see how this all plays out.
Names, say that I was shooting gunshots off on my property in any Otter Creek meetings, town hall meetings.
No, I did not say what you put in your words.
I would like to know how I can get that in as evidence.
What?
Because I have the video.
You get a lawyer who knows how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
See, again, this is the problem when you go pro se or pro per, whatever you want to call it. You are held to the same standard as a reasonably qualified lawyer. And I've seen some mouth breathing drooler lawyers that are reasonably competent. Yeah, so if you represent yourself in court, you are expected to follow all court rules and procedures, including introduction and presentation of evidence, which clearly she has no clue how to do.
And it's interesting because you are seeing the difference between the two judges here, because he more or less held her hand, which I've seen plenty of judges do when you've got pro se litigants. But this one's more, I think maybe on the basis of whatever paperwork was provided beforehand or something. I think she'd already made a reasonable determination. I think this is, yeah.
This is theater at this point.
Basically, yeah.
All right. I didn't like that comment. The doll has too many teeth.
But, and then Mr. Hales, when have I ever asked you for any money? When? How much? When did I ask
Objection,
you
compound
for money?
question.
Well, I've provided the court with a screenshot where you asked for $65,000 to make John Cook be removed.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
First rule of court. Don't ask a question that you don't know what the answer is. Because
apparently she knew the answer because she wrote the email asking for 65 grand.
Okay, let me rephrase that. Don't ask a dumbass question that someone's not going to answer how you want them to.
Oh no. To make John go away? What does that mean, Eva?
What?
Is this like she's gonna go to like Soldier of Fortune magazine and hire a mercenary from the back pages to get rid of John, or what the hell? What takes $65,000 to get rid of someone civilly? Oh my!
I'm pretty sure a crackhead will do it for 200.
Wow!
Oh my god!
Oh my! When did I ever ask you for money? Well, here's the email asking me for 65 grand to make John disappear.
Here's the email from your email address with the exact date and time.
Oh my lord!
Removed from your life as he's an abuser. You've constantly have texted me and asked me for things that you've seen in videos. You've constantly asked me for donations. You asked me if my event at Half Mil Time to Grow, where fans from around the world came, if you could solicit donations. Would you like me to continue?
Is it not true? Excuse me, Mr. Hales, but is it not true that I did not, in fact, ask you ever for any donations? I saw on one video that you got a leapfrog. One thing was asked for from me to you. One
thing, like $65,000.
Yeah.
Oh my.
thing. Never money.
Dana, just tell your coworkers that it's cat videos. You'll be fine.
Hold on. Sustain. That was not a question. Please state a question.
Did I specifically contact you and ask you specifically for $65,000?
Yes, in the email that I've tended to call it.
In where it was, okay, if he's claiming that I'm doing this, sure, give me $65,000.
Objection testifying.
Did I ask you?
Hold on.
Or ma'am in a post?
Ma'am, if that was a question, you lost me at about.
I don't know how.
Hold on. If that was a question, you lost me at about sentence 7. So.
I like this judge.
Yeah.
Tam, the man says, hope she was a better stripper than she's a lawyer.
Oh, I highly doubt that.
I hope so too. Wow. This is good. You lost me about sentence 7.
Questions need to be short and concise.
That's impossible.
Did you personally get an email or a text from me asking you for $65,000?
You made a public post directed towards me in a group that is directed and communicates about me for $65,000 to remove John Cook from your life.
Have you continued since, when did you file this no contact order against me?
Objection.
What?
The document speaks for itself.
We don't really need
Weren't you already aware?
Hold on. I overruled his objection. That means Mr. Hales can answer the question.
Okay.
Your Honor, you stamped it on September 25th. Were we here September 24th, or was it stamped the same day, September 25th?
I don't answer questions. You can answer the questions.
To the best of my knowledge, the ex parte civil protection order was stamped in the courts on September 25th. I believe we were in court on the 24th or the 25th. I do know it was a Monday, and I do not have a calendar in front of me right now. It could have been stamped the following day. Again, I do not know which day that was.
Mr. Hales, when did you find out that I had filed my protection order against you?
I learned on October 8th as Levy County Sheriff went to my employee's home stating that you stated I was in Florida?
Is it not true that you learned about me asking for a protection order the exact day that I asked for it, which was September 13th?
I can't even follow the question. I'm not sure what you're asking.
Were you not notified September 13th, the day I filed for my protection order, that you were being served an order of protection?
I have never been notified of any type of order that you have filed for. The first contact that has been made was with Levy County Sheriff on October 8th with my employee in Florida, stating that you stated I was in Florida and you had them attempt to serve me for an injunction.
The Dallas kick, I just love it, like rotates it and kind of has the wide-eyed confused look. I like that. just laughing at the figure, the motion of the figure cracked me up. It was so well done.
To serve me for an injunction.
So we're going to hold on. We're going to focus in on what Mr. Hales' testimony was. I appreciate that there are things going on in Florida. The court's decision in this case does not hinge on what is happening in Florida. If you have filed a separate protection order against Mr. Hales in Florida, that is a completely separate court issue that this court does not take into consideration when determining if I would issue a protection order that Mr. Hales has requested in this court. So let's focus our questions in on cross-examination based on what Mr. Hales has testified to on his direct testimony, please.
Ma'am, what I was trying to show was that I did this as a retaliatory.
Ask your questions based on cross-examination, please.
Wait, did she just say I wanted to show this, that I did this as a retaliatory? Because that's what she's been alleging, that he filed his protective order in Ohio as a retaliation against her filing in Florida. When it was
if he can still prove that she is a risk to his safety, is irrelevant anyway.
Yeah, I want to hear what she said, because it sounds like she said I did this as retaliatory.
Ask your questions based on cross-examination, please.
How many videos, Mr. Hales, have you posted about me and my family and
court? So let's focus our questions in on cross-examination based on what Mr. Hales has testified to on his direct testimony, please.
Ma'am, what I was trying to show was that I did this as a retaliatory.
Oh, he did this as retaliatory. Okay.
Ask your questions based on cross-examination, please.
How many videos, Mr. Hales, have you posted about me and my family and my child?
I post daily videos about interactions in my life. Now, if you interact with me in my life, which you have as you've stalked me to Florida, then that is going to be posted. My daily life is posted.
Have you just recently put out flyers as of October 4th that show you're having a community thing? Or some kind of fun?
Yeah. Are you saying you've done a community thing or something? That's a great question.
Did you not have a thing saying that you were? Were you contacted by your fans? And well, never mind.
Turn that down.
This is so sad.
All right.
Never mind. Oh my God.
Our document camera is working. Ma'am, can you still see the people in the courtroom?
Yes. Barely, but yes.
How many fingers am I holding up, Lynette? Are you still attached to reality?
Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and turn the document camera off. Thank you, Jason. If we need to, we can put these documents on the document camera so that you can see them more clearly if you want to see them make that request, please. Proceed with your question.
Are you talking about a deal with your fans about a t-shirt with LIEnette, LIEnette
Objection,
on it?
relevance.
Just to sell, you gave approval of to sell, to give the money partly to the town, part to you and part to the people making the t-shirts?
Sorry,
No.
objection, testifying.
Struggling to follow what she's asking.
No. No follow-up. Just see, this is the problem with not having evidence.
To clarify, all of our teachers.
If you don't have evidence, you can't come back and go, you said you didn't, but look at this. All she's got is, did you do this horrible thing? No.
Oh.
Okay. This is good. I'm feeling much better about this. It was all too normal at the beginning.
No,
Sure,
just
yeah.
wait. Just wait for the next question, please. And ma'am, focus
Focus.
on focus on the testimony. I don't care about Mr. Hale's internet business unless it relates directly to his petition for a civil stalking protection order. I don't care what happens in Otter Creek unless it pertains specifically to testimony that Mr. Hales has given related to his petition for a civil stalking protection order. We are not here today, and I'm telling you both this, we are not here today as a general airing of grievances. We are here specifically on the petition for a civil stalking protection order that was filed. So please focus your questions on cross-examination based on what I have just said.
Mr. Hales, did you post pictures on the internet about me with my baby daughter in her diaper and claim that I threw diapers and garbage all over a road in Otter Creek?
All right. Well, that's our cliffhanger question. That's our cliffhanger question for the moment. And it may very heavy. Oh my God, I'm going Lynette. It may actually be the last question we get out today because Megan Fox is here.
Oh my God, I love this hearing so much. I had to get in on it. I just had to. I've watched it 3 or 4 times. Like, seriously, I can't get enough of this. I'm on spring break, by the way. I'm taking a break even from showering. So that's why I'm not on camera. I'm taking a break from being presentable.
Good thing it's not a scratch and sniff stream. I did like our comment in chat that this doll has too many teeth.
God, you know, when he went to
wish
the...
he'd close the mouth. I just wish he'd close the mouth. When he turns it to the side, it just looks like she's got an erection, and I can't deal with it.
With like a giant tongue attached to it. Yeah, it's the alligator jaw is a little disturbing. But
I personally think that the toys are so great when he changes over to the stick puppets with their faces. It doesn't have the same effect for me. I really wish he had stuck with the toys. The toys are they're brilliant.
Well, we're about to lose the toys here in 2 minutes, so let's watch her fuddle around for the next 2 minutes.
And you claimed it was mine. And you posted a picture of my baby's bottom.
Yes, I've posted pictures of your child.
Did you post saying that I was throwing garbage on a road in Otter Creek to make the people in Otter Creek hate me?
Okay, hold on. We've already discussed this. This is not your petition for a civil stalking protection order, Ms. Preston. That is venued. Let me talk.
Okay.
That is venued in Florida.
Okay.
This is venued in Ohio. I only care about what Mr. Hales has alleged that you have done. You will have your time in court in Florida if there is a hearing set on your petition that you have filed in Florida. Please only focus on what Mr. Hale has alleged in his petition. And I will tell you, time is of the essence because my day ends at 4 o'clock. So we may have to continue this to another date and time if we are not able to wrap this up. So.
Oh, see, that's a little different than what Judge Grudge was saying. Well, I guess it's the same thing. He was saying, we're going to shut this thing down. I'm not going to have my staff here. She was basically saying the same thing. Okay. I stand correct. I corrected myself. I stand admonished by myself. If I had a cat of nine tails with some broken glass and rusty nails, I would flagellate myself.
That sounds horrifying.
Okay.
Other questions on cross-examination that are focused?
Do you have any more questions that are focused?
No, Your Honor. No, she does not. Not one.
Oh, wait, that's me. Come back, everybody. There we go. Oh, God, that was funny.
Oh, it's one of the best. That is one of the best things I've ever seen ever on YouTube in my entire life.
Oh, all right. This is funny here. We have Bruce Madskin here who's saying, not one of you YouTubers covering this has ever acknowledged anything on the other side, such as the misconduct of Hales' lawyers.
What misconduct?
The allegation here is that Shaka wrote a false statement in his opposition to the federal motion to dismiss. Simple as that. I don't know what the false statement is.
I'm not sure I've read I'm not sure I've read that yet.
Yeah, I haven't got that far yet either. So it would be hard for me to make a comment about it when I haven't got that far yet. We haven't started the federal lawsuit here, but I have been critical of Jeremy. You talking maybe when he shouldn't be talking, saying things. I've called a few things childish, but funny.
Yeah, inadvisable maybe, but also hilarious. I feel the same. Would I have done some of the same things that Jeremy has done? No, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't have a right to do them, and it doesn't mean that he's going to answer for whatever is going on in front of a court. He feels that he's done everything properly, and we'll see. We'll find out.
I would like to think that I wouldn't say some of the things or do something, but I haven't been living this for 2 years.
Again, that's true. Also, I'm not a man, and I think that men handle things differently.
Oh, we're going down that path. Okay.
Yeah. Men handle things differently.
Look, I specifically stopped covering this at one stage because, let's face it, I'm here just for the laughs at this point. I stopped covering the hearings and that sort of thing because I wasn't comfortable with the fact that I was getting flack for being critical of both sides anyway. So that may well be why some people don't give a shit anymore, because
yeah.
Oh, now I'm just going to make fun.
Well, see, my main focus, I really don't care about the personal relationship between the two. I'm here for the judicial part of it, to look at the court proceedings, read the documents. But I will admit, some of the stuff Lynette does is really funny.
Come on, you guys. She's a preacher stripper. It's the funniest thing ever.
Who lives in a trash heap with a bunch of sad, malnourished tortoises that she's rescued.
It's hilarious, but also not hilarious because there's a child there who might also be in danger. And that, to me, is the worst thing about this story, is that there's this kid involved. And a lot of people, not just Jeremy, have tried to alert authorities. A lot of people who live there. Also, in some of my research, I found other videos of Lynette making these videos about other people in town. So she has a lot of enemies. And it just makes me think, like, why do you have so many enemies? If she's not just making videos about Hales, she's making videos about Madam Mayor and about other people in town. Some people called the Grangers that she has a big problem with, and who she says are her mortal enemies or whatever. It's odd to have that many enemies. It's an odd thing.
But her mortal enemies in the room now? Like, can she see them?
It's like those people, that they're in a group of 30 people, and they're like, all 29 of these people are assholes. That kind of lets you know who the real one is. I'm just saying, when everyone else is the crazy, insane one, it's kind of time to look in the mirror.
Yeah, when there's a common denominator, sometimes that denominator is the issue. It's not a very difficult math problem.
And on that note, I think it's time to hit part 2 and see how much of this we can get through here. this is a 51 minutes. We've, God knows we're not going to get through this in the next 25, but I'm going to skip through Jeremy's comments as much as possible just to cut down the time a little bit. We'll see how, if I think we need to go overtime or if I think I should break this up. I don't know. We're going to play this one by ear. Lynette's big old ear stuck to the cell phone because she can't see. I can't hear. Oh, all right. She looks kind of like a young Judge Judy.
Yeah, that judge is really quite pretty, isn't she? She's interesting. And I like her demeanor. She's funny. She doesn't let anybody get away with any shit. Like, she's yelling at Jeremy and she's yelling at Lynette. She's yelling at everybody. And frankly, I think if you're going to be in court, in a courtroom where you've got a bunch of crazy people who are like constantly after you for whatever the hell, that's how you have to be. You can't be like Judge DeThomasis, who's like giving all this time and effort into Lynette and screaming at Jeremy's lawyers. It's not fair. If you're going to be a yelling kind of judge, you got to yell at everybody.
I just noticed that on this cutout, Jeremy gave her 3 teeth.
No.
Wait, is that not a real picture?
No, she has more teeth than that.
You are not a nice person.
You can't see it in that video. You can't see any more
What do you mean? It
Oh my
looks
God.
exactly right. I think she only has 2 in that video.
You are not a nice person.
I
too blurry to tell.
Again, I stand corrected. Now that makes me wonder if you went and actually broke off some teeth on that figure to make the figure only have 3 teeth.
Oh God, that's
Because the
funny.
figure he used in the previous one only had 3 teeth. So I thought he was making the cutout to look like the figure.
Oh God.
Yes, MG. I just noticed it because I really haven't watched this. I watched a few minutes, but that's it. Oh, that's funny. All right, let's see what happened
agree,
here.
but it looks like Marla wrote it, not me. Marla wrote that, not me. So help me God.
We're about to take another one.
On what, Mr. Please only focus on what Mr. Hale.
The judge was laughing.
Please. The judge is begging her. Please focus.
Did you hear the little catch in her voice, like she's laughing?
No.
Listen, she's like, please.
Please only focus on what Mr. Hale has alleged in his petition. And I will tell you, time is of the essence because my day ends at 4 o'clock. So we may have to continue this to another date and time if we are not able to wrap this up. So, Ms. Preston, do you have other questions on cross-examination that are focused?
Have I ever?
For those keeping count, that was 4 have I ever. This is like a game I used to play with all
That's
my
nice and
campers at
concise.
camp. Have I ever or never have I? I don't think it's a game in court though. Have I?
Were you coming my property?
Never have I ever.
And getting bread and stuff from us?
What?
What?
She's really going to talk about the bread?
Yeah.
Mr. Heller.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Okay. Have I ever
Oh no, yeah, I don't think you have.
personally walked up to you or Martha and threatened you, said I was going to hurt you, I was going to do anything to you? Have you ever seen me in Ohio? Have I ever been to Ohio?
Hold on. One question.
What?
What? The question
How would
was,
he know if
have
you've
you
ever
ever walked up to Mr. Hales and or Mike
Right.
issued a threat? That's we're going to answer question 1. Mr. Hales?
So to answer your question, you have publicly posted that you told Mike to get the fuck off of your property. Multiple times you have publicly posted that. Now, that is a lie. You did not say that. And no, you have not threatened me personally face to face. All of your threats have been online.
Is it more true, Mr.?
Is it more true?
Is it more true?
Which
Okay.
one
Oh
is
my
like a
God.
it's like a test in high school.
Yeah,
Which
right.
one is more true? A, B, or C?
Yes.
Which
Which
what do you
one best describes the paragraph that you've read?
mean?
I
Yeah.
have my camera off so you can't see it, but I am very badly rubbing my temples right now.
At least it's your temples. Thank you for saying temples.
If it were anything else, I would have serious questions about Hayden's interests.
I know.
I'm all about the 3-toothed turtle lovers. Like, seriously.
I know Lynette's a looker and all, but come on.
Look, I might let the judge examine my briefs, but Lynette, not with 100 pole in your penis.
Yeah. Well, we need to, you know, we know she's a looker, so don't be too judgmental to her.
She's been married 7 times. Let's not forget that. She's got skills. She has some kind of skills. I don't know what those skills are, but she's managed to get 7 of them.
I don't want to know. I do not want to know.
But come on, who doesn't want the pole dancing priestess?
Oh my God, you're going to hell for that, Jeff.
I am
straight to hell.
Don't you know I can suck a tortoise through?
Okay, let's go.
Hales?
I told you we weren't going to get any further in this with Megan here.
I'm sorry.
No, that's why we brought you on. Let's go.
That you are saying those things to me and me not saying them to you?
I do not understand your question.
I don't understand.
She doesn't understand either.
On my property, if it's in regards to property.
Don't offer anything, Mr. Hales. Just wait for the next question. You've indicated that you did not understand it.
Again, this is to counter those critics who are saying, she's pro Jeremy in the same way that Judge Grudge is pro Lynette. No, she's raked his lawyer over the coals a couple times. She's called him out a couple of times. She seems to be just following the court rules and not particularly biased one way or the other.
No, this judge has a very clear attitude, which is, ain't nobody got time for this shit. That's the judge in this case. She's like, I ain't got time for this. I'm out of here at 4 p.m. You people better hurry this along, which is why she's telling Jeremy, don't offer anything. Just answer the question, damn it.
Yeah. And she's got rules, and it's her courtroom, and she's keeping control of it. I like this judge.
Oh my God, the snoring dog is killing me. It's so funny.
Oh, you can hear the snoring dog.
Yes, and it's adorable. Don't wake them up.
Snore away, little emotional support potato.
Pig dogs.
Little pig dogs.
Or ask a different question.
This is what an impartial, unbiased
puts
to do this to defend myself. I don't know what to do. I guess I've never been in this position before.
She's been in a lot of other positions on the pole, but
ask him because
I don't know what's worse, that you included the words on the poll or not.
LIEnette is missing Judge DeThomasis about right now, who did nothing but act as her lawyer from the bench, which is illegal. Now, at this point in time, this has happened most protection.
We're going to skip you, Jeremy. Sorry.
The opportunity to cross-examine. Cross-examination is exactly what I've described to you. The opportunity to ask Mr. Hales questions. You will be given an opportunity under oath to give your own testimony and evidence at the appropriate time.
Mr. Hales, do you drive by my house and film us every time you're here?
This has nothing to do
for my protection and for the protection of my loved ones.
My God.
But I've never threatened you. I've never done anything to you. Mr. Hales,
objection.
That's not a question.
Ms. Preston, you are not asking a question. Ask a question.
I'm going, Mr. Hales, how tall am I?
What?
Like there's pro say, and then there's
how tall am I?
You know, when she said, I don't know what I'm doing here, Judge, I guess I don't know what to do. That's why you hire a lawyer, Lynette. You don't get to complain once you get into court pro se and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, get a lawyer.
Wow. All right. What's my measurements, Jeremy?
Based on our temporary protection order, we guessed that your height was over 5 foot, under 6 foot.
That's a pretty good guess.
And how much do I weigh?
How much do I weigh? Now, do you want him to be honest or do you want him to be kind?
I would guess 85 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah. Oh my, what is this?
Our temporary ex parte protection order, we guessed roughly around 100 pounds.
Not a chance.
And how old am I?
What?
You are, based on your post on Facebook, you've posted different numbers on your age. And I believe in the protection order, we posted it at 61 or 62.
Am I hot?
So you're afraid
Do you want a piece of
a
me?
woman 5 foot tall, weighing 85 pounds, 61 years old?
Bad question.
That I'm going to hurt you in some way?
Based on your post, you have posted pictures of you with a firearm stating that you will pop a cap in me.
Oh, God.
And you provide the court with that photo of me standing with a firearm saying I'm going to put a cap in you?
Yes, we can provide.
Why, yes, as a matter of fact, we can. Oh,
and it just happens to come with an image of you holding a gun sideways.
To be fair, I don't think he gave them an image. I think he gave them the post. There's like a post.
Yeah, well, still, but see, this is the problem of not having a lawyer. She can't follow up on it. She's like, okay, and then I'm assuming she's just going to move on.
Right.
Oh no, this is bad, and that's like one of the worst questions you can ask. Really, is I'm just an old, tiny, frail woman. Are you really afraid of me? Yeah, you got guns.
Granny's got a gun.
It's a great equalizer. Granny gonna bust a cap in him.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh dear.
Court, I do not know if I have provided the court under my attorney.
Okay, and I'm going to ask the court that you provide that because that is a bold-faced lie.
Okay, so here's the post.
Well, it could be argued it doesn't specifically mention Jeremy.
This is true. Like that's a fairly open comment.
And it's Florida where it's it's a constitutional carry. Anybody can carry as long as they're not nuts. Oops. So yeah.
Well, look, if
Context.
he can interpret it, can interpret it if she's threatening him about, coming anywhere near her property, and then she puts this up. He can interpret it that way, that it's a threat towards him. It doesn't.
Yeah, but then he has to convince the court that that is putting him in fear or substantial risk of harm. I mean, I would argue that that's such an open to the world comment that on its own would not be able to. I'm starting to think maybe it's because she shot herself so badly in the foot during this court hearing that
well, again, this comment, whether or not I mean, it doesn't. It's not a picture of her with the gun. It doesn't specifically mention Jeremy by name, but this isn't the make or break issue in whether or not to give the order.
No, but it also does verify that she has a gun.
Yes,
and so when she's saying how tall am I and how big am I, it doesn't matter. You have a gun.
Whereas
that doesn't matter.
Jeremy does not have a gun because of the Florida order.
That's right. They took his guns.
They took his means of protecting himself from her gun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with MG. He says it would depend on context. If she made other threats that coincide with the post, then maybe. I mean, the post itself, this is a statement that's constitutionally protected. I mean, it by itself, it doesn't say it's a threat. With other things, though, I'm going to withhold my judgment depending on what else was going on, because I think it makes a difference.
Well, and also a lot of what these protection orders are based on is the subjective person's own impressions and feelings.
Yeah.
So he can say, I take this as a threat against me because of context.
Am I the only one disappointed that there wasn't a picture of her with a gun with this?
I am. Got to admit, that would have been great. Like a big bandolero on her. You know?
No, see, I kind of want to see her fall sideways off of a turtle because of the weight of the gun in the holster. Like, I want to see her struggling with it. You know? I keep saying turtle. I promise I mean tortoise. I keep forgetting.
Or just turtle, like a good old Patty Hearst photo, or just like, rah! You know,
because now I've got an image of John sitting there with a clay pigeon shooter, putting tortoises into it, and her going,
"Oh no!"
oh my God! Oh.
We never should have let Hayden go to Houston, Texas. Yes, she's there with like Patty Hearst now. She's like a member of the Tortoises Liberation Army or something. You know. She's like in the back, you know. We all know that Patty Hearst picture anyway.
The TLA.
Yeah, the TLA. The TNA. The Tortoise National Army. The TNA Army.
Oh God.
Turtle Army activate. That's true, Dawn. She's no Grambo.
Oh no.
This is good. See, this is why we can't stop covering this. It's funny as fuck. I'm sorry, but this is the funniest shit ever.
That's what I come in for, the court stuff and the filings, but hey, you know, this is just icing on the cake.
But I stayed for the Turtle National Army. Oh my God. Oh.
Swan Lake Lady, if gunshots spook tortoises, that's going to be the slowest stampede ever.
I say nobody stuck around long enough to see if they're spooked or not.
Tortoise stampede.
Okay, now I'm getting the AI on that one. Hang on.
I got it. I'm there already. We've got the trail of tortoise tears. I've been there for days, my friends.
Oh God.
We've got her at the head of the army, riding.
Why is that tortoise so skeletal? It's weird.
Because I wanted it to be a skeleton.
It's weird.
I know that I did that on purpose.
Because it's starving, right? They're starving. Yeah.
Yes. All right. May we continue, please?
Yes.
Let me
How do you spell decrepit?
DECREPIT, I guess.
Thank you.
No,
you spell it LYNETTE. The DCV Titan. Come on, everyone loves a gummer. Thank you. And Teresa Finn, writer chick, has taken a bold step and become a new member of the Clean and Sober crew. Thank you, Teresa Finn. And Duncan, Idaho. Oh God, my face hurts. Jeff, you got a storm there in Korea? Are there gale force winds rattling your shutters? Or that's a snoring pig dog. Never mind.
I love the moments of silence where all we can hear are the dogs in the background.
Oh well, that's what happens. All right, we're gonna move on. I love the drum.
Well, this is awkward. Here we go.
Oh, that was perfect.
And I said I don't answer questions. You know, I take what evidence and testimony that is presented to the court and then make my determination based on the information that is presented to me. So ask your next question, please.
My tortoises died. My tortoises are not dead.
Have you seen me when you're in town here in Otter Creek? Have you seen me coming out to you anywhere? Or is it that me and my daughter stay hidden in our shed on our property?
Hidden in our shed.
I did not understand the first portion of your question.
Have you seen me personally, out at your, standing at your driveway or walking up to you in a store or
not since
anywhere
Halloween?
Near you? Have you seen me anywhere near you?
Yes.
As a matter of fact, yes.
Yes. Oh God, I'm so sorry Jeremy's had to pay so much money for these moments, but I will tell you this, I am forever grateful that this has become public record. The
I tell you,
dopamine alone.
Sorry, Jeremy, but if this shit gets resolved anytime soon, I'm moving on the property on the other side of you, and we're going to start some shit. Just kidding.
Oh.
I'll be husband number 8.
Oh, Jeff.
Oh, Lord. Oh my God. We have 1,152 people now.
That's awesome.
Watching this. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much. It's 728 likes. Oh my God. Everybody hit that like button while you're here. You've been here for more than 30 seconds, and because we've been laughing at least 30 seconds, that's worth a like. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. That'd be way cool. Because this is what we do. We have fun. We're semi-respectful, and
oh, fuck that.
we have fun occasionally.
Yeah, and by the way,
yes.
if you want more of this later, Tug and I are streaming tonight. I don't know what we're going to do, but it's going to be something with What the Hales.
Just anything.
At 6 p.m. Central Time. I think on Tug's channel tonight. Should be good. Tune in.
So, Jeff, do me a favor and share the screen.
Oh, no.
They look like they're eating bullets. That is funny. Oh my gosh.
See, all I had to type in was stampede of angry tortoises with battle armor and a decrepit elderly lady with 3 teeth.
And AI just cannot get that. It cannot do numbers. You asked for 3 and it gave you like 9.
No, there's 3 at the bottom.
Well, that's true.
Oh dear. Oh, that's funny. Oh my God, my face hurts.
I'll save the other one for later.
Jeff, you need one of those rollers. They have them in Korea, those little face rollers.
Oh yeah, the face rollers, yeah.
Yeah. I have one sitting on my desk for that very purpose, where I just roll out those cheek muscles occasionally. It's amazing how well that works.
They're pretty darn comfortable and rolly. I'm 152 subscribers away from 75,000 subscribers.
Oh, we have to get that going.
If there's 152 of you, I bet there's at least 1 in 10 of you that aren't subscribed. I would be just super honored and awesome, feel awesome, and give each other warm fuzzies and me warm fuzzies. If you haven't subscribed, just reach down there and hit that subscribe button. And if you have, just double check to make sure you have. And while you still are, while you're at it, pop on over to Aussie Overlord and make sure you subscribe to him as well, because he's like funnier than me. And he does weird stories all the damn time. So he always gives you something to laugh and cry about every day.
It's a roller coaster of emotions. It's law news and laughter. It's what I do.
And if you don't subscribe to Jeff right now, I'm going to start talking about my hair. That's going to happen.
People, for the love of God, subscribe already. Do it now.
Yeah, please. And if you are not familiar with Megan Fox, this is Megan Fox. Check her out over at meganfox.locals.com and on YouTube at Megan Fox Writer. Anything else, Megan?
No.
What am I missing?
No, that's it. I'm on a spring break vacation. So
Mommy's doing the weed. She's on a spring bake.
Spring bake. I wish. God, that probably would have been a better idea than going to the chiropractor twice a week. No, but yeah, I'm on spring break with my kids, so I'm taking a break from the incessant streaming at the moment.
But I am glad you joined us for this.
Yeah, I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. These are funny.
When you're done, you can go take advantage of your beautiful outdoor shower and your hose on a rope.
An outdoor shower in upstate New York in April would be an experience. I'll tell you that. It's freaking freezing.
All right.
You've been at town hall. You've been on my road. You purchased property across the street from me. You literally stalked me to Otter Creek.
Hiding in a shed? Isn't that illegal in Florida? Wait, living in a shed is illegal in Florida. But don't worry, I have all the receipts, screenshots, the whole deal. As a matter of fact, she doesn't hide it all. She's all over.
Can I skip a little bit here?
2 days. I know that presentation.
Oh, and one thing before we get going, Flux makes something very, very noticeable. She says sub to everyone. And House of Flux, our very own Flux, who's one of the coolest, most amazing people, one of my dear, dear friends, IRL, because we met up in Houston last year together with Hayden. She is 6 subscribers away from 2,000.
Damn, congrats, Flux.
Pop on over to Flux, House of Flux, HOUSEOFFLUXX, all one word, 2 X's, and give Flux a subscribe. Let's get her up to 2,000. That's my goal today. Forget about me. Go over and subscribe to House of Flux. She does Minecraft. She does painting streams. She sits around and talks about stuff. She's big on the anti-government conspiracy theories. She would take me to task for calling them theories, but yeah, she's big in the alien. We do an unexplained stream every couple of weeks together with Danny on direct and Flux and myself. So pop on over and show her some love, make her day.
Let me trigger her. Conspiracies.
No, it's just the theory part that she has problems with. So yeah. That's the thing. Show Flux the love. She hates Tuesdays. Tuesdays are the worst days of the week for her. So make her Tuesday happy. Just give her the little bit that we need. The 6 subscribers. And if she gets there, I'll play. If she gets 6 more subscribers, I will play the intro song again. So all right, let's move along. Make sure you subscribe to her. And let's see. But Jeff, says Island for $2, who will speak for the turtles? She's the tortoise whisperer. And Janice Wingfield, thank you so much for the 10. Yeah, LIEnette is so afraid of Jeremy that she advertises she will drive up to 100 miles one way to perform your wedding ceremony on the pole. She also wanted to file for a town council seat. Right. Yeah, she's afraid to leave her house, but all righty. Sub to everyone. Again, Flux, thank you so much for that. All right, we're going to assume this. Should I? Flux asked to play the intro song again. Should we do that?
I think we kind of need to. It's worth it.
All right, we'll play the intro song one more time. It's 2 minutes of fun and shenanigans.
Is this the Turtle War one?
No, this is the animation one that I showed
I don't
you
think
the
I've
other day.
seen this. Yay, I want to see it.
It gave me time to pick my camera too. So
this is the one I sent you the other 2 days ago.
Oh, the one that I said I absolutely loved. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
All right, where did we go? All right, this is our themey song here.
The show is not over. It is not over.
No.
Do not go anywhere.
This is just an interlude.
Well, she's a junkie mama with a heart so cold. Snatched a child away, now her story's told. On a ranch so filthy, tortoises crawl. The twisted pleasures just to see others fall. Gotta watch your back when she's around. She'll tear your world apart without a sound. Living in misery, her soul's been stained on that dirty ranch where tortoises reign. Her veins are rivers flowing with despair, lost in the haze with nobody to care. She feeds on chaos, it's her only high. With every stolen glance she laughs and sighs. Gotta watch your back when she's around. She'll tear your world apart with voices rang. Neighbors tremble at the mention of her name. In the dead of night they whisper of her shame. But she's the queen of darkness, ruler of the night. In her twisted kingdom she finds her delight. With each passing day her grip grows tight. In her hollow eyes there's no sign of light. Lost in her own hell she roams and roams on that filthy ranch. She calls her home sweet home.
All right, that's our interlude for today. Flux got up to 2,000 subscribers, so we played that. JKD Buck says, who wrote the song? I had the lyrics I'm responsible for, and the song that is pure AI music and singing.
Isn't that something?
Yep.
So good. And I want to know how that video got done.
That's my editor, dude.
Well, it's wonderful. Really good.
Ozzy and I share an editor.
Yes, we do. They do some amazing work. They really do.
Really good.
I should say that the majority of the lyrics are also AI. I just tweaked it to make it a little better.
Oh, Jeremy was here. He saw it. Thank God.
Oh,
That
yeah?
was so funny. I was going to text him and be like, you have to go watch Jeff's stream. Back it up a couple seconds.
Hey, Jeremy, how you doing?
Oh, that's funny.
I don't know if you saw, but I said if this gets resolved anytime soon, I'm moving in next door, marrying her to be wife number 8, and we're going to keep this going. Husband number 8.
Wife number 8.
Lord.
Yeah. All right. Let's continue on here. Oh, this is so funny. Oh my God, my face hurts.
I love how annoyed the judge gets. She's just getting increasingly angrier and angrier with this shit. So good.
What proof do you have that I did it because of you and that I hadn't been watching my property for years before you?
Number one, the property was not up for sale for years before I purchased. Number two, your own post on Instagram that you purchased property next to me at my sign and my gate, and that your hearts were on the mend now. Number three, your friend Jamster telling me in front of you that you purchased property to be near me. I could go on, but that should suffice.
I dispute that. But did I say that to you, or did Jamie say that to you?
You were there, and Jamie
matter.
said that to me.
And
Your post-
is it not true? Is it not true
Is it
that I
not
looked at
true?
Jamie and told her to stop that? Stop saying that because it wasn't true. She called me a super fan and I told her to stop. Is it not true that I told her to not say that?
What? Is it not true that I told her to not say that?
Sustained.
I can't even
Next
understand
question,
how
please.
many double negatives, what that even means. Is it not true that I told her to not say that? What does that actually mean? Is it false that I told
Is it true
her
that
to
I told her to shut her mouth and she ignored? Would have been an easy way.
No, but
for her
that's
to
not
phrase
actually
it.
what she said. She
No, I
with
know.
the
I'm
double-
saying what she should
with
have
the
said.
double negatives, what she said, yeah, you're saying it how she should have. With the double negatives, she actually ended up saying, "Is it not
Megan?
true?" As in, is it
Megan?
false?
Megan,
What?
look at that face and tell me if grammar is big in her role in her life.
I'm sorry, but I get hung up on the double negatives every time. Like, what?
Yeah.
Is it not true? So is it a lie that I told her to stop saying that? Yes, it's a lie. Yes, that's correct.
But you'll hear if we listen, you'll hear how Jeremy's lawyer deals with it. He avoids the double negative just by going
Hearsay.
objection, hearsay, and he avoids the problem altogether by just going objection, hearsay. Ugh.
The chat, isn't it not
Is it not
untrue?
true? Not true that I told her to not say that.
Objection, hearsay.
Next question, please.
He just said it was hearsay himself.
Put your next question,
Jamster
please.
said.
What?
Yeah, and you didn't object. Put your next question, please.
I don't know how to object.
I'm trying, Your Honor.
Let's give it a whirl.
Give it a whirl. She behaves like a jilted lover. She's been jilted 8 times, 7 times. She's practiced at being a jilted lover. Oh, and Duncan, Idaho, the Butlerian jihad is closer than you think. PORAI. Exactly. For all of you Dune fans out there. Oh, good Lord. I don't know how to object.
I don't.
Oh, she can't actually say it. Please don't.
Heard your questioning.
Mr. Hale, I have one more question. Did you go into Winn-Dixie and tell the manager at Winn-Dixie, where I had a contract with them to get their vegetables
Garbage.
and stuff, did you not go in there and tell the manager that I was feeding it to the homeless and throwing the garbage on Dead Dog Road?
Objection, relevance.
Sustained. Next question, if you have one.
I want to hear the answer to the question, no?
Mr. Heller, do you have another witness?
Your Honor, we'll rest.
Okay. Okay. So we have exhibit A, B, and C.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Preston, any objection to those exhibits?
Oh dear.
Well, I can't see I didn't see them. I don't know if I've written any posts that they're holding or if fans did.
What the heck happened to the sound?
I don't know.
Because I didn't see them.
Went
Moles?
underwater.
I thought she said there were no moles. Now it's not me debunking her, it's herself debunking her.
I know they're out of context.
Oh, yeah. Objection out of context. That's not a real objection.
This is exhibit A. Can you see it?
Yes,
Do you have an objection to that?
I do because I didn't write it.
Fine.
Objection, I didn't write it.
None of these people know how to object.
Yes.
It's so funny.
I don't object to it at all. No, I did write that. I did.
I
And
don't
I'll
object to it
explain
at
when
all.
I get to.
Fine.
Fine.
This is exhibit C. Do you see that first post?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you see the second post?
Yes, I do. And well, my question is, will I
Just listen. Just listen to the documents so that you can't say that you
Okay.
didn't see the documents. So just look at the documents and acknowledge that you see them. Do you see page 2?
yes, I do, but that has nothing to do with me.
That's not what I asked. I'm making sure that you see them because you said that you
I can see it.
Do you see?
Yes, I object to that one.
Do you see page 3? Yes or no?
Yes, I can see it.
Do you see page 4 of exhibit C?
Yes,
Do you see page 5 of exhibit C?
yes.
Why can't she answer questions like this all the time?
That concludes exhibit C. What is your specific objection to exhibit C?
I think it's about having a judge that knows how to handle it.
I didn't write that. I do have one more question, if I may, that I forgot. Okay.
All right. So the court is going to admit exhibits A, B, and C over the objection of the respondent, Preston.
Shocker.
Ms. Preston, this is your opportunity to present your testimony and evidence. So I'm going to step off the bench for approximately 2 minutes. Nobody go anywhere. Be prepared to start when I come back because I need to handle something in my personal life. So I'll be back in just 1 minute.
At this point, LIEnette's
Okay.
irrational behavior and chaotic conversation
Judge had to
has
tinkle.
spanned this what was supposed to be 2 hearings, one against LIEnette, one against Crook, way too long in the afternoon because the court's about to shut down. And judges have real lives outside of work as well. I'm assuming she has to go figure out pickup times for her kids.
I was thinking
something
that or
along
going to the
those
bathroom,
lines.
but one of the two.
Yeah, Harley's outside, huh?
Whisper, whisper. Judge is just taking a little quiet time just in the other room going,
All right,
She
Ms.
has
Preston, are you calling
personal
yourself as a
business.
witness?
Yes.
Okay, raise your right hand so I can swear you in, please.
oh dear God, here comes Lynette's side of the story.
This
Are
should
we
be
ready
good.
for this? Are we ready for this? Psycho Doll X member for 7 months. Just a bunch of laughy faces. Thank you so much for being a supporter for 7 months. So appreciated. And Puzzler. It's a Storage Wars Fatal Attraction. Oh. Hey, Straubs, you snoring again? Yeah, of course you are. That's what you do.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth and the whole truth?
So help me God.
All right, thank you. You may present your testimony and evidence.
God's like, just leave me out of this one, please.
My testimony is such. I didn't follow Mr. Hales to Otter Creek. I've been watching this property for several years, since the end of 2017. When it was selling, it sold for a tax sale. It sold again 2018, 2019, 3 times, one for 3,000, one for 4,000. I think it sold twice for 4,000. It's transferred hands 3 times prior to me buying it. I was looking at the property. My sister Patty Hill came up here with me in 2018 to look at the property because I was going to leave John Cook and I wanted to have my daughter and her husband move up to anywhere up north. My girlfriend lived in the Panhandle. My best friend, Carmen Bell, she lived in the Panhandle. I wanted to be closer up here instead of so hot down there. So when in Northport, where we were living, we had a beautiful home, fully remodeled, gorgeous home. I got the opportunity to adopt my
she left
beautiful
that
baby daughter
for a shed,
and I adopted her. And after her,
I adopted her. You hear the kid go in the background. He's like, no.
I got the opportunity to adopt my beautiful baby daughter, and I adopted her. And after her birth, which she was born in 2019, she was diagnosed with a life-threatening.
Hold on, Miss Preston. Focus, please. Focus.
I am.
I don't care about the daughter.
You don't need your life story.
Focus on the petition that Mr. Hales has filed as it relates to his allegations that he's made against you, please.
Okay. I moved to Otter Creek to save my daughter from COVID, to keep my daughter safe. I only bought the property because of that.
Wait.
Let him finish that sentence because for some reason I think he. Never mind.
She's been looking at the property since 2017.
But
so
she
that
bought
her
it to
now
save
4-year-old
her child
daughter
from
was
COVID.
that she didn't even know existed till 2019.
Pretty sure the kid hadn't been born or anything or conceived by that stage.
Didn't you know, though, that COVID doesn't exist in Otter Creek? It's the one place in the whole country where there's no COVID.
Yeah. Probably. COVID's probably like, nah, I ain't going there. We ain't going to Lynette's house.
I just assumed she used some sort of tortoise divination to know it was coming. Wait, did she even have the tortoises at that stage? She can't have.
She claims that she did.
Yeah, like I said, COVID's probably like, yeah, we're not going to Lynette's house. We'll probably catch something, and then COVID just went.
It's already jumped species once. We're not going to tortoises. We're not going again.
Good Lord. This whole thing. So she moved from a beautiful, redone, rehabbed house where she had all the indoor plumbing she could ever want to a shed with a medically fragile 4-year child. No, I'm sorry.
If nothing else, I hate her for that. I have a 5-year-old. She has respiratory issues anyway. COVID for us was very scary. I feel like she's taking the piss here. That is actually agitating me.
This can't be real. She can't be real. This MFer isn't real.
Excuse me for a second.
Yeah. Jacob's Proud Madre, member for 19 months. One of the OGs, one of the legit OG people. Jacob's Proud Madre. I don't even think we've been having memberships for 19 months, but apparently we have. I'm laughing so hard. LIEnette needs her own reality show. Hope you're all doing well. Much love to each and all of you. Much love to you, Jacob's Proud Madre. You are an awesome supporter. Thank you so much. It's always good to see you here. Much appreciated. Oof. Let's continue.
Math is messed up. She's been watching the property since 2018.
Oh.
Came down. Oh, wait, up. Wait, who knows which way direction to view it with her sister Patty Hill. And then, then her beautiful daughter is born. By the way, at the very end of 2019. Now she's on the property as of 2020. Something doesn't add up here because how did you only buy the property that you went to view with your sister in 2018 when this child hasn't even been conceived yet, but you only bought it to save your daughter? That would be debunked.
Did I think after I bought it that it would be fun, get to know him, it would be a blast? He seemed like a nice guy on the videos. Did I think that would be fun to have somebody like that around?
Why would Jeremy want to hang out with a 61-year-old neighbor that lives in a trash heap across the street? What would they possibly have in common? She doesn't look like the fun neighbor, like the fun old lady that would just give you a pack of smokes and buy you some beer and sit around and do. She just looks like the one you're like, stay away.
She's admitting that she did buy this to be near him. She's about to say, I thought it would be fun to have him as a neighbor. Well, you found out it's not fun, is it, Lynette? It's not fun.
In the neighborhood? Sure I did. Was I a super fan? No, I wasn't. Did I watch his videos? Yes, until the day I saw him start humiliating and hurting people in Otter Creek. That's when I stopped watching his videos.
Perjury!
No, you've never stopped.
You understand, under oath, she has said verbatim, per quote, I've only watched 3 or 4 of his videos. Now, you understand she's under oath in Ohio as well, saying, yes, I watched his videos all the time until he started in Otter Creek, where I stalked him to. Yeah, you get it, right? She will be up against massive perjury charges. We're already in the process.
I'm going to skip a little bit here.
I disagree with him there. She'll never be held accountable for perjury. No, she won't. No one is ever held accountable for perjury.
Wait a minute. What the hell's going on here? Hang on. There. Did y'all hear my somehow I turned on my hearing impaired sister.
I didn't hear that. No.
Okay, good. It's like she started reading the closed captions and the title of the video. That was kind of weird, but yeah, I mean, nobody ever gets tried or convicted for perjury. It's essentially a joke at this point. I mean, it's sad. A lot of people should, but it doesn't happen a lot.
No,
it should, because people know there's no being held accountable for lying anymore on the stand unless it's some major issue.
No, and it's even more annoying when you actually get hamstrung by a government preventing you from going after someone for perjury yourself.
Yeah, the only way that they hold anyone accountable for perjury is if there's a political gain to be made.
Yeah.
So you'll notice that the only people held accountable for perjury will be like your political leaders who get hauled into court for whatever reason. Like people are in the chat are pointing out, Michael Cohen got hit with perjury. Sure, but that was political. Bill Clinton got hit with perjury. Again, political. You're not going to see it in a court like this. It'll never happen. Courts are too busy.
And it's sad, but
off of my property and never told her to leave, and that I said a bad word. I did ask her to leave my property. I asked his girlfriend to leave my property.
The conversation with Lynette on her property lasted 20 minutes, where she went on and on and on, complaining about her life story, airing her dirty laundry. Never once did she tell me to get off her property or get the F off of her property.
Why would she post that on Facebook then, over and over again?
Maybe it was her one personality talking to her other personality just to debunk another one of LIEnette's lies. I never once told her that she should give her baby up for adoption and to throw her away in the garbage. I simply said she had a lot on her plate.
Wow, that's some projection.
She thought that I had too much to handle with the tortoise rescue, with the baby, with John, and maybe it would be better if I put my daughter up for adoption. So I asked her to leave my property. That was the end of that. I wasn't rude to her. I wasn't mean to her. I told her, just go. As far as Mr. Hales saying I've asked him for money, I've never asked Mr. Hales for a penny. I've never posted that I wanted money from Mr. Hales ever. Mr. Hales has been doing videos of me and my husband and my, well, ex-husband, sorry, for the past 9 months, 8 months, 9 months. And they are horrible. He has doxed me by giving out my full name, full address.
Understand that malicious and steal number few page or donate. Not
wise. I've been married a few times.
Last I checked, a few times. Not 7. Here we go. Debunking again with all the receipts.
Gave that all out. He says that I showed his property. I remember, to the best of my knowledge, that my private group, not public group, private group, one group that I have, my Heart of Otter Creek group, is not even an open group. My private
But
group,
if anyone can join it, it's kind of public.
Well, I mean, they control who joins it, but still, it doesn't stop anyone who's in there from taking screenshots and sharing it publicly. It's anything you put on the internet is public, whether or not you think it's behind some kind of wall. It's all public. So don't put anything online that you don't want to get out there. That's my PSA for the day.
Oh no, the baby still wears diapers, so they don't have to bucket train her.
Oh gosh, and she's 4.
Lies about me, because they are every day. There's a new one from me.
Ones if you need
throwing
help.
garbage on Dead Dog Road and diapers and
Dead Dog Road,
starving my tortoises, killing dogs. CPS. He has on his videos, ma'am, said himself that he is called CPS, Child Protection Services. They have been at my home 9 times.
And you know what? That's actually not illegal to raise questions of child safety unless it's done maliciously. I think there's valid concerns.
And I don't think it's not all coming from one person. There are plenty of people in Otter Creek who've been very concerned. Other neighbors, people who live on the other side, I believe, have called because of what they've personally witnessed and seen. So, people who saw the Fish and Wildlife video called because there was obvious issues of glass and nails and things where the kid was running around with no shoes. The shed, just in general, like keeping a kid in a shed in the Florida heat with no running water and no air conditioning, and it doesn't look like there's any ventilation either. Scary stuff. It's scary stuff. And she's acting like, oh, this is so unusual. The people are calling. It's like, no, ma'am, you're living in a very strange way to have a kid.
Yeah. Well, the playpen is a tarped up dog run.
Right. Right.
I have this just showing one of the workers as evidence. They have came with allegations that he said his employee saw me slap my vehicle across the face.
Hold on. There was an objection. What is the objection?
The judge is like, thank God there's an objection. Just stop talking. Thank God there's an objection.
Object to hearsay for whatever they said as far as Children Protective Services goes, and without someone from Children Protective Services in Florida to authenticate it, I'm going to object to any documents being submitted from that children's organization.
Sustained. I'm also going to remind you, Ms. Preston, that this is not your petition against Mr. Hales.
Yep.
That petition is going to be heard in the Florida courts, assuming that it was filed in the Florida courts. This is Mr. Hales' petition that he has filed against you. So I'm going to use a sports reference here. So you are not on offense. You are on defense. So please keep that in mind.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to show you, Your Honor.
Yes, but the best offense is a good defense or something like that. Wait, that doesn't apply. See, I was going to say, and I was right. The judge is probably like, Jeremy's lawyer could have said, objection, googly moogly Hoffenpfeffer, and she'd sustain it. She would totally sustain it just because she wanted Lynette to stop talking. Substained, Your Honor.
Grounds.
Totally substained it. Grounds. All right. She's getting warned again. She's getting warned twice in one sentence. That's pretty good.
that in fact it is not me doing this to Mr. Hales, that it is him doing this to me. And I have never, if I put out a pic, I did one day out at the day after he posted all of my information online. Somebody sent me a picture of a brown house. I put it in my private group for about 5 minutes. And one of his people that stuck into him got it and gave it to him. It was removed immediately because, ma'am, I realized that playing the same game is not the right thing to do. It wasn't a Christian thing to do. And so I removed it right away. The only thing I've ever put on my post on that Facebook page is disputed the lies. And it has been daily. So I'm telling you, Your Honor, I have not abused this man. I have not stalked him. I have not done anything to him. And I do not deserve to have something like that on my clean record. I just adopted a child. My record is clean. And I don't deserve to have that on my record. And in fact,
got a flashback to Poltergeist. The little one like, this house is clean. And just walking there. My record is clean. Tortoises start coming through the TV. Exactly.
it's Mr. Hales doing it to me, not the other way around.
Does that conclude your testimony?
Let's judge her. Are you fucking done yet?
No, that's not for are you done yet? That's for you're done. Record's the only clean thing in your life. Oh Jesus.
Well, that's not vocal fry. That's just like 18 packs of cigarettes and a bottle of Jim Beam every day for 50 years. Oh,
you are not a nice person.
I want to say that I have had numerous, and I have evidence of his fans contacting me. I've been called a slimy, C-U-N-T, a child rape.
I had to cut that second word out. It's like rapist, but it's not. And as you can imagine, where did this terminology even come from? It's on signs, now it's in court. Why? Because it's from her. She did it. The reality of her even using the term in Ohio court proves that this is the woman who writes these words on signs saying it's me.
They have destroyed my tortoise rescue. His fans.
Time to come clean, all you out there. Which one of you went and started this rescue where turtles actually need rescued from? Which one of you got called wildlife and game to come in and got violations? One pin not even having any water. Which one of you are posting as LIEnette Preston and stating that these animals are dying left and right on her? Which one of you? Because she said, you fans, I don't know if any of you are out there, but apparently you're guilty. You just
for time, not content.
How do I get this into evidence? It's the email. He says that I was going to do this meet and greet.
Hold on. I don't know what you. Hold on.
Objection pending. Shut the fuck up.
That you sent to the court.
Yes, but I don't know if you got it.
Okay, so identify it for me in the packet that you sent to the court.
This judge is annoyed.
Well, I sent two, and you said you only got one, so I don't know where the other packet went. This is an email that I sent, a text message to Mr. Hales, telling him why.
Why is she shouty about everything? She doesn't have an indoor voice.
Louder than everybody else. That her point will be the one that gets proven across. For some reason, I swear, this woman has watched the Rittenhouse trial, thinks she's Binger, that if she just argues with the judge long enough, she'll get an agreement.
The only reason I'm pausing it is because I have a headache from listening to her shout at me for the last 2 hours and 34 minutes.
She does yell all the time.
All the time.
I don't think I've heard her use a regular tone of voice this entire time. Maybe this is her regular tone of voice. She just screams all the time.
Yeah, wait till she goes full banshee mode. Yeah. Ugh. I'm an all caps girl.
I was not.
Too much loud music at the strip club.
That could be.
It wasn't the gospel music.
Going to do his meet and greet at in court, that I was going to do his meet and greet with him. And here's the email on why I was not. And I would like to read it to the court.
Please do.
No.
How do I get it into evidence then?
Okay. Fine. Read it. But if it's not.
Oh my God.
And he made fun of it.
What did I do? I hit the damn wrong button. Gosh dang it. How far along were we in this thing? Anybody know?
Shoot, I didn't see it.
I just wanted to click to pause it, and I clicked on this one little 2 millimeter line. Damn it!
Oh, it's probably only a couple of.
Otter Creek Avenue, pushing the child in a stroller, but somehow
Okay, we didn't see this yet.
Yeah.
No, you're too far ahead.
Only she has. And let's address this tiny house.
They
No
haven't got there yet.
occupancy permit is being held accountable for it.
I have tried to remain only
Fans.
disputing the lies because I didn't want any problems with him.
Where the hell are we? I know to use the space bar, but it was easier.
Wait.
What?
I can go. Maybe I can go back and see where we were. If I go back.
All right, it's gonna be a race. Who can do this first? I don't have.
Somebody in
my
the chat can help us out also. Wait a minute. Why is the my
because
YouTube? Oh, there we go. Okay, let's see.
all right, let me 2851 it looks like. Or no, that's where we are now.
Bet she stripped the dueling banjos. Love it.
Okay, we're at 30 minutes and 30 seconds. All right.
You found it? Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody. Don't take your likes back. Don't take your likes back.
I even wrote on my Facebook that I didn't want anyone to mention anything negative about Mr. Hales. And I do need to say, I am Lynette Preston. I am not Don Cook. I cannot control what Mr. Cook does. We are no longer married. We are let's say we share the property. That's it. We're roommates.
Hey, ladies, John Crook is up for grabs. If you want no teeth and a wrapping all the way up to his crotch. And for a special bonus, he's got septic in the brain. I think the better word to describe them is paramour.
I live in my tiny house on the property right now until our house is done.
It's not a tiny house. It's a shed.
He did that because the allegations that were made by Mr. Hales about abuse from Mr. Cook to my daughter.
I've never made any allegations of what she claimed here in court. She has, though. She's literally posted it publicly for the world to see about John in regards to the daughter on Facebook. I've said nothing about it. Only she has. And let's address this tiny house. No occupancy permit.
Mm-hmm.
It is not a tiny home.
No.
It's a shed, and it's illegal to live in.
It has no bathroom.
So I moved out of the camper to make sure that there was no more availability to anyone to lie and say that I was.
Why didn't you make John live in the shed?
And Mr. Cook.
Why would you?
Probably because he's the one actually looking after the kid.
Create those signs, and I never would. I've done nothing to Mr. Hales at all. I don't want to do anything to him. I wanted to get along.
Then drop your motion. Withdraw your motion.
Yeah.
If you don't want to do anything to him, just withdraw your motion. That's all you got to do.
With him, but
he
has used me as a way to enhance his YouTube channel and to make money.
This is the woman.
Oh, he ain't the only one, sweetheart.
For 3 different things. Number 1, she wanted my money. Number 2, she wanted the fan base and promotion. And number 3, she wanted free labor
the way she got it.
at her turtle sanctuary, which is a purgatory. So how in the world am I making money off of her? I've spent over $125,000 right now to get her to stop interacting with my life. Obviously, I don't want to have to film these things. No human being spends this kind of money to want to continue to have these things happening. No human being spends money on a lawyer for cease and desist. Lawyers in Ohio, lawyers in Florida, and the list goes on and on and on. And if I was making all this money off of her, why doesn't she have the same amount of money I have? Currently, she probably has more than I do because I'm giving all mine to lawyers.
I still want to know how she has a Jeep Gladiator.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
How
And
does she have
also the RV is pretty spendy too. It's a nice
Well,
RV.
I did see that they apparently bought that for $1 from somebody.
I doubt that.
I don't know. But anyway, they don't sell Jeep Gladiators to anybody for $1.
No.
I know that. Yeah. If you can't afford a lawyer, sell your stupid Gladiator and buy something else.
And I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one in Otter Creek. I think I sent you in the packet. I hope it came to you. All of the videos that he has made against the people in Otter Creek and myself. And there's too many of them to even talk about, Your Honor. There's pages and pages and pages of videos, and they're all about me, John Cook, Russell Meeks, Mary DeGroot, and Don Severino. It's constant. It's every day. Every day. It doesn't end. And just because these
Objection
things were
relevant.
filed, he didn't stop. He's still doing it. So I dispute everything that he said about me. I want this to end. I want him to leave my family alone. I want to leave him alone. I want to have nothing to do with him. We don't leave our home.
Several of the locals have spotted her walking on a public road, North Otter Creek Avenue, pushing the child in a stroller, but somehow they're locked up in the shed to hide.
And that was just days ago, right?
It was days ago.
2 days ago.
2 days to be exact.
I've lost about 30 pounds. I'm down to 85 pounds. I can't eat. I can't.
Megan, that was a good guess.
That's a good guess.
Wow. All right. Wow. That's pretty good.
But I don't know if okay, so she's saying she lost weight because of this. I doubt that. I have a feeling that she's been this way for a while. There was a picture of her. So that picture of her next to his sign happened before all of this, and I believe she looked up to be about the same weight. So again, this is more nonsense.
Myth, not even once.
I actually don't think that she's on drugs. I actually think that I don't know why she's as skinny as she is, but maybe it's just a health issue. I don't know. I think if she were on drugs, there would be.
I think, look, to be fair, I was being facetious. There is no way she could possibly be on any sort of illicit substance like that, because this shit would be ramped up to the nth degree. Things would be significantly more crazy than they already are.
She wouldn't show up to court. She would be missing all of these things. Like, I don't think she could keep herself together. I don't think she's on drugs. But I do wonder why she's as tiny as she is. I don't know if she's got some kind of health thing going on, because we've seen pictures of her before all of this where she's at normal weight and she looks like definitely different, definitely like healthier. She doesn't look very healthy to me. And I don't know if it's because of, some underlying thing. So
she's morphing into a tortoise.
Well, people start to look like their pets. There's a reason I'm starting to look like a Labrador.
No, there was a hang on here. Let's see. There was an old show back in like late 70s, early 80s called like a bunch of S's. It's like this guy got bit by a snake and he turned into a snake over the course of the movie. He turned into a cobra. So this kind of reminds me of this. That's what she's doing.
Perhaps whatever she's on disability for, I believe that she said she's on disability. Perhaps I think she said it's a back injury or something. So perhaps that has interfered with her. Of course, I have a neck injury. I'm waiting for the weight to fall off. If that's the case, could that work for me?
You got to wait for the OxyContin first.
Oh, okay. I don't have any of that. So maybe that's the problem.
I mean, it could just be because she's got her head so far up her ass that her back hurts. Who knows?
Could be.
I'm locked in that shed because I'm terrified for my child. He contacted the birth family. I'm just trying to prove to you, Your Honor, that it isn't me.
It was a great movie.
And I only dispute the lies. That's it. That what he showed, those posts he said I made, there was a reason. He was telling everybody, he told his fans on a video, and he made fun of it. And he said that I have to run into my house if he drives by my road. That's what he told his fans. So I disputed that and said that is not true.
Finally, she said something that's correct. I did state that she would and he would have to run into their home, as I was quoting what my lawyer in this hearing shared with us. Legally, he stated that they would have to, as we drove by, remove themselves and go into their home until we were passed. So apparently that was not the case, because what the judge actually did is stated that if we are on our respected properties 10 feet away from each other, you can be anywhere on your property. That's what she put in the writing and in the actual civil protection order. Oh, by the way, that let's just debunk one more while we're at it, okay? Her stating that I contacted the biological family, debunked. Everybody, the biological family of the child and everybody in her family have reached out and contacted me. I've contacted nobody, but I am planning a trip to go down to Northport and to interview the mayor and the commissioners and her previous neighbors and the people who bought the home from them.
I do not have to run in the house. He's lying to you. You people have to stop believing this and leave me alone. That's it. And I sent you letters of references from many.
You just have to stop believing him and tell him to leave me alone, Judge. Okay. That's not how evidence works, but thanks. You just have to stop believing.
People that are online that were his fans.
I don't take letters. So if you have witnesses, those witnesses can be called. They do not take letters of reference. So does that conclude your testimony?
This is not a job
I
interview.
guess I have nothing else to say, but I didn't do any of that. I wrote the mayor. I'm going to tell you why. I did write the mayor and asked him to please protect his town, because what's happened to our town is a circus. It's a joke. And when he stood up in front of the whole room twice and told the people in there that I was going to kill them, and one of the commissioners, Gail Lamb, stood up and she defended me. And she said, stop.
Objection, relevance, and hearsay.
Sustained.
Past council member
Wait,
Gail
pause
did not
for a second,
stand up
Jeff.
to defend LIEnette.
So people sometimes who like get involved in these town hall battles, they really believe it's like the end all of their entire existence, that somebody in town is causing trouble. Like, let's just be very clear here. Jeremy Hales and anybody else who lives in Otter Creek or anywhere else, you have a right to go and make a stink at your local town hall meeting about anything you want. Anything you want that's going wrong, you have the right to go down there and tell people what it's called redress of grievances. It's in the Constitution. You have a right to go and tell your government where they're fucking up and how they need to stop. And you can say it in any language you want, including using swear words, including insulting people, including. So her going over the top about, you don't understand. You have to protect your town from this man. He goes to town hall meetings and he tells people all this terrible stuff about me, and that is his right to do. It's anybody's right to do. Like, calm the fuck down and like realize if you don't like what he has to say, then you can get up and say your own thing at the town hall meeting, and then you go home and you forget about it. This woman, it drives me crazy because there's a lot of people like her. There are a lot of people like her. It happened to me when I was going up against a library in Chicago because they were letting guys watch porn near kids. And and when I would go there, and every month I would go there and say, you guys are all idiots. And the fact that you're allowing this is really disgusting and nobody should have to pay for this. There would be these people who would go to the newspaper and say, she's destroying our town. She's giving our town a bad reputation. Oh, I am? Or is it the people in the library allowing these guys to do this that are giving your town this terrible reputation? You know, it's this kind of thing. And whenever you get involved in a fight like this, it doesn't matter how justified your cause is, there's going to be somebody or a group of somebodies that wants to shut you up, and they'll do whatever they, and I see that here. I see it in, they don't want Jeremy making a fuss. So they've got they're going to, and this is what this all really began over, if you ask me. This all started because Lynette wanted to run for something, and she was on the wrong side of it as far as Jeremy was concerned, and that's how this all got started. Just saying, it's weird.
Small towns are interesting places. Having grown up in one, so the biggest event happened in my hometown about 8 years ago, and we got our first stoplight. It was like a big celebration. Weird stuff happens in little old towns. Bruni Saint, we have the 5 Australian dollars. Does anyone know how many GoFundMe she has? Pages and pages, I believe.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Ugh, yuck. The DCV Titan, wish we didn't skip the letter. Oh, I do have the timestamp, the accurate timestamp. I didn't know if they actually read the letter or not, but when we finish this, we'll go back to the actual timestamp mark and see what the judge yelled about when he's like, all right, just read the letter. We'll go back and watch that at the end. And Shenny Graham says, clears us all up. She said the movie, which I absolutely love, there was a scientist friend. That's right. The scientist friend was injecting him with snake, and slowly turned him into a snake. Implied all the snakes were previous students. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I forget. He didn't get bit. He got injected. That was right. Thank you for correcting me. I have not seen that show since like 1984. Puzzled puzzler. She's a parrot and repeats the accusations made at her back towards the accuser, almost verbatim. That seems to be the case, as far as I can see it. Thank you so much. Indigo Luna, how you doing? Good to see you here. All right, we're in the home stretch. Got about 12 minutes left.
Like George's Jeep.
Sorry. It's not true. I have not done those things. I want nothing to do with him. I want to live peacefully on my property. Want to let my tortoise rescue go. There's the other thing that he made a comment on. That I am saying I started this tortoise rescue because he likes turtles. My tortoise rescue has been active for 10 years. It started in Northport, Florida, in Rotunda, West Florida, when the first tortoise came to us. And then when we moved to
the tortoise came to her.
The tortoise came to her, just knocked on her door. It was like, I need help. Whisperer.
Well, I mean, to be fair, so we had turtles, and but when we brought them home, I sent a photo to my mother, and she sent me a message back saying, fuck, how slow were you walking home?
Turtles just come up and ram their heads slowly against the door. And
let me in, you bastard. It's cold out here.
Consider yourself at home. She's a tortoise whisperer.
Northport, Florida, the first big tortoise, already named, had nothing to do with his girlfriend or whatever. His name is George. He's been in the news all over down there in Port Charlotte.
I don't care.
I had the tortoise.
I don't care. I don't care.
Now, see, I can see where people would say, oh, this is an anti-Lynette judge if they're not paying attention. You know, this judge is pro Jeremy and anti-Lynette. I can see why they would say that if they're not paying attention. But this is a judge who's not in favor of Jeremy, just saying, I literally don't care about this. It has nothing to do with this. This is what we were all yelling at Judge Grudge for. It's on the was it the fourth hearing when Silverman was there on his limited power of attorney, and they talked about everything that was outside this. The only thing they didn't talk about was the continuance. They talked about everything else, the sufficiency of the video deposition, you know, all of these other things, and we were all yelling that this was all irrelevant and the judge should stop it. That's exactly what she's doing. She's like, I don't care about this shit. It's got nothing to do with what we're talking about. So this is what you were all asking the judge to do in Florida. She's doing it here. So give her some credit.
Stop, please. You've made your point. The property was in existence 10 years prior to you buying the property. That's all I care about the tortoises. If you have anything else to say that's relevant, please say it. Because otherwise, then I'm going to terminate your testimony at this point.
With extreme prejudice.
All I can say is that he's perjured himself before, and I have not done those things. I have not.
Thank you.
I don't want nothing to do with them.
That concludes your testimony. Mr. Heller, do you have questions for this witness?
I'm going to limit it to 5 questions.
Please.
I just want to know if it, and it looks like I was going to say, I wonder if you can do it in 15 minutes. We'll have to see.
Oh, I will turn the presentation on and it should show.
Oh, God.
I'm showing you, Miss Preston, what I've marked as Plaintiff's Exhibit D. Do you recognize this post? I'll try and put it so you can
Mr. Hales, take your microphone and flip it so that, thank you.
Miss Preston, I'm showing you what's been marked as Plaintiff's Exhibit D. Can you see that?
Yes, but I didn't write that.
Okay, on the top of it, it's Otter Creek Friends and Family. Is that your private Facebook group?
That is my private group, but it looks like Marla wrote it, not me.
Right here, the administrator's name, it says Lynette Michelle Preston. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then listed below this is an address here.
That it does say that. What's the date of that? Because it was taken down immediately.
Okay.
I don't allow that on my page. Marla wrote that, not me.
My next question
not written by me.
My next question is this, Miss Preston. You did, in fact, post Mr. Hale's address online on Facebook. Is that correct?
No,
you just
for the
testified.
picture of a brown house, yes. I'm answering your question.
Hold on. Let him ask the question first and then you can answer it. Do not talk over each other.
So your testimony previously is that you have posted his address online. Is that correct?
It is correct. After he doxed me,
it's a yes or no question
for personal information. Yes, I did for about 5 minutes. Yes.
And yes or no? That's all I'm asking for here on this post. You've reached out to the mayor particularly to tell him that you don't like Jeremy.
No, not correct at all.
You didn't send an email to the mayor of Peninsula asking for help with Jeremy.
I did send a message to the mayor. Warning him of what happened to our town and what Jeremy has done in our town.
That's another, my mother's dead. My mother's not dead. I didn't send a message. Yes, I sent a message.
To us, to our board, to our commission.
And you're here today, so you were served with a copy of this protection order. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you continue to post online about Jeremy?
No, absolutely not. I'm not posting about Jeremy at all. No.
You didn't post in October. In transparency, I did send an email to the mayor. I thought it seemed like a nice guy on the video with Jeremy. You didn't send that one? We've already seen Exhibit C.
Show that to me, because no, that is not a post on Otter Creek Friends and Neighbors. I do not believe.
Where was it?
Somewhere else.
See here, this has already been admitted into evidence. Part of this, in this first message here, I want to clarify something for everyone. The temporary order that he got on us, it was fraudulent. We didn't make any signs.
I wrote that.
And so you've been posting publicly online since receiving the protection order. Is that correct?
I wrote that to dispute the lies about us having to run in the house and hide. And they also said that if I showed up at a meeting and he came, if I was at a meeting and he walked in, I would have to run out of the building.
Run out.
So I said I would not have to do that.
Yes or no, you continued posting online after receiving the protection order? Simple one-word answer.
Yes.
Not against him, no.
That's not one word.
No. Not for him, no.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right.
He says with disgust in his
Preston,
voice.
do you have any other witnesses that you were calling?
No, they didn't log on.
Okay.
Whoops.
Has got no friends. None of my people wanted to come to court. Oh dear.
I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me.
It's just getting sad at this point. But,
Lord.
Going to take this matter under consideration. I will issue a written decision. The temporary order remains in effect. The temporary order remains in effect until this court issues its written order. Mr. Halley, are you moving for admission? What is it?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm moving for admissions of exhibits A through D.
Okay. I will.
do we need to
allow
watch the introduction of the
Exhibit
evidence?
D. I have already done A, B, and C. So I'm taking this matter under consideration. I will issue a written decision. Again,
Okay.
I have told you that the temporary order remains in place until this court issues a further decision. That concludes this hearing with
Is
Ms.
this-
Preston.
Ma'am, is this or does he have to stop as well?
No.
That's not how this works. This is against you, Lynette, not
Yeah, it's
against
not
him.
against him.
Do I need to bring up the screen now or later, Megan?
Later, it's
Okay.
I found the article where she's talking about George being in the news. But
Okay.
it's kind of interesting because I think she may have. Well, we'll talk about it when you want to get to it.
All right. Okay. We've got what, like 5 more minutes of this, 6 more minutes of this. Oh, that's funny. Do you have to stop too? No.
Not allow reciprocal orders unless a reciprocal order has been filed. You do not live in Ohio. You have no residency in Ohio. I do not know what the status is of any filings that you have made in Florida. If there is a Florida filing that you have made, that would be the proper jurisdiction under which Mr. Hales could be precluded from having any contact with you. Not this court saying that Mr. Hales can't have contact with you. I am telling you that the temporary order that I previously issued remains in effect until the court issues a final order. That concludes your hearing.
Not my
You have
monkey, not my
access
circus.
To Mr. Cook.
Yes.
Can you please get him?
Please get him.
This
Oh
is
no.
case 2023-09-3594. Jeremy
Look at the
Hales
tortoise.
versus John Cook. Present on the video is John Cook, correct?
Correct.
All right. Also present in the courtroom is
I can't.
Oh god.
That's sad. Oh. Breathe deep. Let's move on.
Jeremy Hales with counsel attorney Heller, correct?
Correct.
All right. So it is 4:30. This court has personal engagements such that I cannot continue this hearing for today. It is not my preference to break these hearings up, but I have no choice.
But Lynette still wouldn't shut the hell up.
Set this as quickly as I can so that we can resolve these issues.
Hey, Your Honor.
Yes.
No, I said, okay, Your Honor.
Okay.
It's so funny what it is.
It's my understanding that there is a hearing in Florida tomorrow. Is that correct, Mr. Cook?
Yes,
What time?
1 p.m.
Turtle keeps knocking the judge.
Tomorrow morning at 8:30.
Your Honor, I'm out of town. I'm sorry.
Okay, till when?
I'll be back tomorrow evening. I could do Friday the 13th in the afternoon.
That's appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
To do John's thing on Friday the 13th.
I cannot.
Aw, boo.
That's a shame.
Boo.
I'm available anytime unless the baby's got a doctor's appointment.
Why can't Crook be available if the daughter has some kind of appointment? Remember, he's not the father legally. Only she is the mother, according to her, and the adoption is all up for debate right now and probably going to be challenged. But we've already heard witness, they're not together. They're not a couple. CPS put a case plan together that separates them to live in different things. He does not have to be wherever this child is. Remember, she doesn't trust him. She's the one that says he does inappropriate things. Why can't he be available all of the time?
I just like the turtle nuzzling the judge.
The morning of the 17th, Your Honor.
Hold on.
Hey, Judge.
I got a fish for you.
Hey, spank me with your gavel, Judge.
How about 11 o'clock on Friday the 13th?
Hey,
Okie dokie. Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Cook.
Your Honor, I
you look good in
have
black.
another protection order in domestic.
It's
court,
slimming.
and I'm just scared I won't be out in time.
Okay.
Hey,
I
Judge.
think it's all scheduled.
You can ride my
after
shell
this.
anytime.
Your Honor, I'm available anytime on Wednesday the 18th.
Hey, got a cigarette?
Potentially try Friday the 13th.
Hey, Judge, let's say you come back to my place and I'll let you put a little plastic ring from a six-pack around my neck.
Your Honor, you make me so hot that you make me turtle out of my shell.
And I appreciate that, Mr. Cook. Once we can settle on a date between my calendar and council's calendar, then I'll give you an opportunity to confirm that you
Hey,
are
Judge.
available. Thank you.
When I come back to my shell.
Hey, I got a cement pond we can wrestle in.
Mr. Howard, tell me your availability for Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th, I can do anytime. I could do 1 o'clock. Or anytime.
I'm doing my President Biden impression.
How long do you expect your examination, your presentation of evidence to take related to Mr. Cook?
My direct is
15 minutes.
30 minutes.
Oh, you should have said 15 minutes. You lost the
Keep it as
opportunity.
brief as possible.
Hey, Judge, speaking of briefs, I'm not wearing any.
And you said you have a 10 o'clock in domestic?
Yes, Your Honor. I have a domestic at 10 o'clock.
How about 11:30?
I'll make it work, Your Honor.
Other than that, it gets ugly.
Understood, Your Honor.
Hey,
Uglier.
the night works on the pole.
Okay, Mr. Cook, can you please check to see if you are available on Friday the 13th at 11:30?
Okay, Your Honor, just give me a second because she walked over to the other part of the property. I'll go ask her, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
My friends call me Donatello.
Hey, Michelle. Does the baby have
My shell or yours?
Why do they call a 4-year-old the baby?
Hold on.
Because they're weird.
Your Honor, did you say 11:30?
She calls him mummy too, doesn't she?
Yeah.
At 11:30 on Friday the 13th?
Hey, Judge. Look, I'm not scaly. It's just rough skin.
It's good exfoliant.
Got some lotion.
Your Honor, that seems to be fine with us.
Excellent. All right. We are going to reconvene this hearing on Friday, October 13th
Yes.
at 11:30. Mr. Cook,
Yes.
you may participate by Zoom. It will be the same Zoom link that you have used for today. So you can use that same Zoom link.
Hey, Judge.
I would expect that you be present on the Zoom.
Hey, Judge.
At or before 11:30.
Let's
that we can
Zoom.
get started. Mr. Heller, I'm going
Michelle.
to expect the same from you.
I'll do everything. in my
Michelle,
power.
get me hooked up.
Excellent. Very good. I will see you all then. 10:13 at 11:30. Thank you all for your time today.
Oh, this whole thing
Thank
is
you, Your Honor.
Judge, I turtle wax.
Oh my God. All right. So if Jeremy is still in the chat, I have questions about this actually. So this is in the Levy County Citizen, which, you know, probably has one person who writes this thing. And this is one of those articles where, you know, you're looking for content. And so somebody comes to you and is like, I have this tortoise shell rescue thing. So why don't you write about this? One day, a homeless red-footed tortoise wandered up a driveway in Sarasota County and became the inspiration for a non-profit organization.
You're the inspiration.
Oh, hang on, Jeff. Share the picture. Share the picture. It makes sense.
What?
Put the article back.
What? But weirdly, like it like contradicts itself a little further down.
Thank you. I'm here all night.
Jeremy says he loves that you guys share his sense of humor.
Jeremy, when this article came out in 2022, was she already screwing with you? Was this already started? I want to know because
Phrasing.
look at how this goes. It's a Shell Thing has been rescuing animals for years and is relocating from Northport to Otter Creek. Of course, there's no evidence of that here. The organization has purchased land and is now in the process of building the enclosures needed for all the animals. Not just rehabilitating the animals, Cook and Preston are fixing their lot as well. Their location had previously been used as a local dumping ground, and Cook and Preston are working hard to breathe some positive life back into the property. The land was profiled in its previously derelict state in a video by the YouTubers. What the Hales, who have more than 500,000 subscribers. Now, how did this end up in this article? Obviously, Lynette had to have told this person that Jeremy had profiled this piece of land in one of his videos, which I find really odd. About like, was she still trying to get on their good side at this point, or did it already start? I'm not sure what the timeline is here. All right, so let's skip down to the part about George, because George the turtle. The organization took in George. Oh wait, perhaps the most notable resident of It's a Shell Thing is George, a 50-year-old, 220-pound sulcata tortoise. Sulcatas are among the tortoise fatter. Got it. Among the largest tortoises in the world. The organization took in George about 5 years ago after he was found in a Port Charlotte abandoned home. Now, which one is it? Did he walk up to your door, Lynette, or was he found in an abandoned home? Because didn't she just say in this court hearing that it was George the tortoise who did this, like who started this? What the Hales just said, she stalked us here and we were ignoring her, but they kept poking and poking until we sent a cease and desist in May 2023. Okay, so in 2022, when this came out, she was still trying to get their attention. So she goes to the newspaper and she gets their name connected to hers. You see how this works? Interesting. So I think if she did just say under oath in Ohio that George was the tortoise that started her Shell Thing, she's got two different stories in this article alone about how George came into her life. First, it was the tortoise walked up the driveway and knocked on the door. And the second one is that George was found in a Port Charlotte abandoned home. The bank had foreclosed on the house and George was left behind. When Cook and Preston received the call to rescue George, they hadn't been told about his size. Yeah, she told the paper about them. That makes sense, because how else would this person at the paper know? This is what we call a PR piece. This is where you place something in a newspaper to get your business out there.
Yeah, it's an advertorial. It's a puff piece.
Yeah, and a lot of these like small papers will do it because they're looking for content. And so if they have a local story of interest like this, they'll take the bait, even though this is basically just an advertisement for her. So I just wanted to point that out. I found there's some inconsistencies in this article right here. Like, I don't know if she's talking about was the tortoise that came to the door a different tortoise than George? I don't know.
He mitered him and replaced him. It's like the Prince and the Pauper. He mitered the original George and took his place.
I just thought I would share that because that seems off to me. That seems off.
Well, speaking of share, I did find the exact place where we're supposed to be, where apparently this is where the judge said, all right, just read the damn letter, but shut up. So with this is the part we skipped over.
This is the part we missed. Okay.
In the packet that you sent to the court.
Well, I sent two and you said you only got one. So I don't know where the other packet went. This is an email that I sent, a text message to Mr. Hales, telling him why I was not going to do his meet and greet in court. That I was going to do his meet and greet with him. And here's the email on why I was not. And I would like to read it to the court.
No. No, move on.
How do I get it into evidence then?
Okay. Fine, read it. It's not relevant to Mr. Hale's petition, then I'm going to stop you.
It is relevant. He
Well,
said
let the judge decide that.
asking for money and I didn't. It says good morning. Under the
See, I'm wondering, I've mentioned this before, but a lot of times when the judge stops talking, there's these big sighs, and I'm wondering if it's the judge that's just doing this all the time.
asking for money and I didn't. It says good morning. Under the circumstances, I feel it's better to protect myself, my integrity, and not do your function. I do not want to open myself up for any more false accusations. Just because you have money or own things or whatever that others don't own, you don't own, you don't have to be the one that is being honest and sincere. I came from Northport, Florida with a paid-for home, and our friends are the mayors and commissioners in Northport. They are my friends. They all knew me inside and out. I moved here to save my daughter's life, to get away from all the viruses and all the people, and unfortunately, my little girl neighbors next door who love the baby and love me.
What?
At my house.
I have to unfortunately get away from the neighbor's baby. Is that what she said?
Yes, that loved our little girl, blah, blah, blah. Why would you take your child away from her only friends? That's really sad and scary. Very weird to isolate your kid like that. It makes me think that maybe the neighbors complained about something. Maybe the neighbors saw something. I don't know.
The viruses and all the people, and unfortunately, my little girl neighbors next door who loved the baby and loved me and wanted to be at my house every day. And when we got here, things fell apart. Not only did Biden take office and wreck the world, but everything else fell apart.
If it hadn't have been for that meddling virus.
No, she said Biden took office and wrecked the world.
Oh, I thought she said the virus took hold.
No, she said, and then Biden took over and wrecked the world. I can't disagree with her there. I cannot disagree with her
Funny.
there.
I thought she said the virus took hold.
No, she said Biden.
And when we got here, things fell apart. Not only did Biden take office and wreck the world, but everything else fell apart.
Yeah, I heard the virus took off. She said Biden took office.
Can't argue with that. Woman is right on. She's right on it on that one. She's got the right idea.
Oh, that's funny.
Shape or form, saying,
Oh, you know, even a blind pig finds a truffle in the forest
I
every
wrote
now and
that very nicely to tell him I was not going to do his function because I didn't want any problems with him.
I'm going to object to that. I don't see it in my packet here. Just strike the whole thing.
Hold on. Just give me a second, please.
Just shut the fuck up for 5 seconds.
Second, please.
Hoping you got it was in one of those.
Shut up.
At the very top, it's that little arrow. And it
She
says,
always
"Me,
believes that silence
7:42
means she
a.m.
should
March
talk.
8th."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's not used to being alone without the
All right,
voices in her head, so
document
she's
has
used to
been
them
read
being noise.
into the record. The court is going to allow it. Please continue with your testimony.
Wow.
Please keep it relevant to why we're here.
Okay.
Please.
I never, Your Honor, have written any signs and put them up in count. That is not my handwriting. That is not anything that I would ever do.
Except we got the nation's #1 forensic handwriting
I want the
expert.
chat
That
face,
100%
Lynette.
confirms that it is LIEnette's handwriting. She uses that terminology. This is her MO. I'm not the
Face,
first she's
Lynette.
done this to. I probably won't be the last she attempts to do this to. This is her life pattern. This is who she is and what she does. And she's finally for once in her 61, or is it 62? She doesn't even seem to know what her age is on Facebook. Years of life is being held accountable for.
Well, I have to agree with Jeremy there, because for one, we have witness testimony by her two stepdaughters who, and this is on a serious note because this wasn't funny at all, but who told Tug and I when we interviewed them about the harassment they have received from her over the years, and how her MO is to continually go after and go after and go after until it just wears you down and breaks you down. You know, her stepdaughters testified to her calling Child Protective Services on them and waging, you know, making these horrendous false accusations, etc., threatening to make false accusations. You know, this is something that she has done before to other people, and I think she just picked the wrong guy. You know, she picked a guy who's not going to roll over for it and who has an ability to fight back. So,
Chat. Hang on here. Chat has done me a solid. Hang on here.
What? Yeah, that's what we were missing. Oh, dang.
The Turtle National Army, the TNA. Lynette's TNA. The Tortoise National Army. Oh, that's funny. Okay. You guys are cracking me up. Oh my Lord. We got through one of these. See, that's the WTAF. This is the famous picture of a Patty Hearst from the Hearst Publishing Empire, who was kidnapped by the Symbionese Liberation Army in the 70s. And this sort of became the origin of the phrase Stockholm Syndrome, because she eventually threw in with her kidnappers and was arrested for robbing banks with that Uzi-ish looking machine gun. So we're just saying that it was called the Symbian Libidinous Army, and we just changed it to the Tortoise National Army, just for Lynette. It's because we're childish. If you must know the truth, it's just because it's silly and childish, and that's how we roll. Well, I guess I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do Friday. Well, we got to do John's hearing on Friday. Oh, Lord have mercy on me. My face hurts, guys. I'm going to make one final appeal for everybody to go over to Aussie Overlord and subscribe to Aussie Overlord, and do the same for Megan Fox if you haven't already done so. They deserve it. They're keeping us very, 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 what's the word? Much company. That doesn't make any sense, but it makes sense in my head, but I'm tired. It's almost 2 a.m. here. What the hell says, while this is a very serious issue in our lives, we truly appreciate you all laughing with us and at us. It gives us joy.
I'm glad you can take it, Jeremy, because we don't mean to laugh at you, but sometimes we can't help it. And we
either laugh or you cry, frankly.
This whole thing is just, I'm so glad you guys are still, keeping your sense of humor, because it can be really, upsetting. I'm sure.
Yeah, and it's like I say, virtually every time we do this stream, it's funny to us because we're not the ones paying the bills and going through it 24/7 for 2 years.
Exactly.
But we recognize that it's not always funny for you guys, and I wish that people would stop doing stuff like this. Like, just get along with your neighbors, everyone. Just stop when someone asks. When someone asks you to stop, you should stop. I say that to my children all the time. I mean, I feel like I say this 3 times a day. If your sister said stop, you really need to stop. You can, she could be wrong about what she's asking you, and she might not be in the right. But if she says stop, if I were you, I'd stop before she puts you in a headlock and you regret it, because she's got jujitsu background. So watch out, child. But I mean, this is good advice for everybody. If somebody asks you to stop something, and you have the capability of stopping it, and you should probably stop. Just saying.
Yeah. Can't argue with you.
That's my mom advice. It's my mom advice for the day.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, if my 5-year-old could learn the phrase "stop, I don't like it," so can anybody else.
Yep. Yep.
And I've got a few super chats to get through here. Then we can
All
wrap
right,
it up.
I'm gonna bail. I love you
All right,
guys.
Megan.
I'll
Thank
see
you
ya.
so much for being here, Megan. Enjoy spring break with the little ones.
Will do. See ya.
Yeah, Megan.
See ya. All right, we'll wrap it up here with these last few super chats. Shannon T with the $2. I thought the snoring was Lynette's breathing. Yeah, no, it's just my sleep apnea ridden dogs. Stingy, my safe word is cowabunga. That's back when we were talking about the judge. Hey Judge, my safe word's cowabunga. Hey Judge. Yes. Jeremy, my biggest complaint is that you didn't keep the tortoise for John during John's part of the hearings. That's my biggest complaint. You should have kept the tortoise. Because I could spend the next 5 hours doing the hey judge things. Thank you, Janice Wingfield. LIEnette said a red-footed tortoise walked up the driveway. They are completely different than sulcata tortoises. Okay, I got to take your word for it. I know what a desert box tortoise looks like. The end. That's my entire experiences with tortai. I'm sure that's the right word for more than one tortoise. I'm sure it's
okay.
tortai.
I have to ask a serious question that's been plaguing me though.
Yes.
Do you think she's ever taken a bite?
Oh yeah, the lean times. It's the lean times. Oh God. The Iceman 01418. Okay, just got there. What the hell are these stick figures? Is Jeff doing vaudeville? No, it's not me. That was Jeremy's production because it's an audio only hearing. And then it's
tell you what, it's a bloody good idea, and it's giving me some ideas for some stuff coming up. So
to go hunt down audio only hearings.
Yeah.
It was just done to keep us entertained during the audio only hearing. And I'm very, very grateful that he did that. It was amusing as hell. And Janice Wingfield again, red-footed tortoises are native to South America. Maybe it just walked a really long way. Sulcatas are from the African. Okay, maybe that one came a really long way. Sulcatas are from the African desert. There are state and federal laws prohibiting the release of non-native species into the wild. Thank you so much for tortoise lesson. Okay, so that was the sulcata. George is the sulcata tortoise, right? I didn't notice he had a red foot. I just don't know. So if you throw a desert box tortoise at me, I can handle that. But Island Jeremy blocked me. Oh, no.
You heard it. Throw a tortoise at him, and he can handle it. All you'll hear is "ouch."
Jeremy blocked me, so I'm free to say they both seem like terrible neighbors. They both need to leave each other alone. Well, that would be the ideal world, but it takes two people to leave each other alone.
Yes,
I thought about keeping the tortoise, but I wanted to highlight his mullet. See, then you just put like a wig on the tortoise next time this happens.
Put a mullet on the tortoise.
Oh no. I have a tortoise named Shelly. Ah. All right, people. This brings us to the end. We had like a ridiculously large turnout. We had like over 1,300 at one point.
No shit.
Yeah, we got 1,133 likes.
Really shouldn't have been so much of a dick then. Oh well.
But make sure you subscribe to Audio Overloud. Grateful maybe he's still living 2 hours in the future. It's 3:30 a.m. for him, and it's 1:30 a.m. for me. And I'm last time I checked, I was 105 away from the big number. I need 100 and no, we're exactly at 74,900. We need exactly 100 subscribers to get to 75,000. That'd be awesome.
Before we go, just pull up. I'm having way too much fun with this AI crap.
That's funny. All right. I'm going to send everybody on over to Andrew Branca, who is covering, I believe, day 2 of the Zachariah Anderson trial repeat. MG Law says, just wait. John's hearing is even better. See, excellent. MG Law does what I do. He's at work listening to me, and that's what I do when I'm at work. I listen to him. Time zones are interesting. Mods, thank you so much for being in for the long haul today. I deeply appreciate that. Chat, all 1,300 of you at one point. Thank you so very, very much for just being here, for chatting, making us laugh, letting us hopefully make you laugh. Thank you so much to Jeremy for popping in. And we always love to see the Hales here because they make this ridiculousness possible here by allowing us to use their videos and to have fun and just kind of take a little bit of the tension away. Thank you also for all the support, the super chats, the monthly memberships, the purchase memberships. Thank you. And thank you to Aussie Overlord Hayden for joining me here for 3 hours on the spur of the moment, 3.5 hours on the spur of the moment. Wow.
All good. Also, people, make sure you catch us on the Aussie Overlord channel on Friday. Lady Overlord is joining me for a drink. You do not want to miss that.
Sweet. And also thanks to everyone that went over and subscribed to House of Flux and got our very own Flux up over 2,000 subscribers today. She's deserved that. It's been a long time coming. So thank you all for that. Let's send you on over to Andrew Branca and day 2 of the Jeremy Zachariah Anderson murder trial. It doesn't get to that point. To the Zachariah Anderson murder trial, day 2. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow for reading of part 2 of the federal lawsuit against St. Johns County and four of the law enforcement officers there that were involved in the takedown, choking, beating, and tasing 6 times of young Virgilio Aguilar Mendez during an illegal stop and search. So that we'll be doing part 2 of that tomorrow. Thank you so much, everybody. See you later. Bye now.